Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today guys, on this episode of John's Arcade, well guys, we are getting out of here. That's right, this is a John's Arcade on the road, and by the way, Mortal Kombat 2 is still down. However, I have a new Polo chassis coming that hopefully will fix that forever and we'll be done with it. Zookeeper, I need to mess around with the RAM and try to get that thing going again. And then Paperboy is exactly as it was the last time we did a video with Jay. We haven't touched it, but Jay, I think, is gonna come out here in the next few weeks and maybe we'll do a video and work on games. But anyway, what are we doing in this video? Well, guys, we're gonna go to Providence, Rhode Island, because actually a lot of things have changed the last few weeks, especially in this state here. Everything's opened back up. So that means that Jay and I can now operate games again at the Hangar Pub and Grill. We had 2 locations, we now have 3, okay? And so in the last year here, Jay's been kind of gathering games and putting them in his storage area for this new 3rd location. So in this video here, we're gonna go to that storage location and check out these games. I haven't seen them yet. And then we're gonna go to the Free Play Bar Arcade in Providence, Rhode Island. Now, this is a massive, massive bar arcade. It's like amazing and it's gigantic and there's like 150 games. We're gonna go through there and look at every single game and talk about every single game in this place. And then afterwards, Scott from Vector FPGA, he was in the video that we did at Free Play a few years ago. He showed us his little plug and play FPGA board that goes on a Tempest cabinet. It allows you to play Tempest, Major Havoc, Omega Race, and there was another game I forget. But anyway, we did that video a few years ago. Now he has a new board that plugs into Space Duel that allows you to play all those games. Then also Black Widow's on there, and Gravatar and Space Duel, and also a brand new version of Major Havoc. That's right, a sequel to Major Havoc made by Owen Rubin and crew. And we're gonna see in this video, I think maybe for the first time, it's pretty exciting. And then Scott's gonna show us this prototype board that is running a very, very rare Atari game. There's only like 3 of these in existence. He has created a new way for people to play this game, and we're gonna get a sneak peek at this and see the game in action. Very exciting. I don't think it's ever been seen before. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get in the car, take a drive to Providence, Rhode Island, and check out the Free Play Bar and Arcade.
Is it too late? Can we be friends? Should we make up for the weekend? It's such a heavy weight to carry.
Hello, Jay.
Maybe it's imaginary.
Jay, it's John.
What does it mean if we end this way?
So Jay,
John,
this is it.
Long time no see.
So you're storing our games.
Yeah, these are earmarked for John and Jay's 3.
That's right. Hopefully we have a 3rd location here soon.
Yeah.
And during COVID, we've been kind of picking up stuff and putting in this little garage here.
Yeah.
And Time Crisis 3.
Yep. We have one of these in Amherst now.
We do. It does great. We had problem with the guns.
Those are new guns.
I see that.
They're like fairly new.
These like recoil.
Right, they do. These are expensive. Just the guns alone.
Yeah, I know. We had to replace. Did we replace the ones in Amherst?
Amherst. At least one, if not both.
Yeah.
The problem is, and so you can already see what's happening here. Like I put some foam here to stop.
Right.
What happens is this trigger, the plastic here, just keeps, like people when they put it back in,
right?
It's like metal, the plastic just wears out over time, and then this whole assembly breaks, and the whole gun's just useless after that. So.
Yeah, we found some China knockoffs, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and we ordered them like from Alibaba or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were like half price, but they were still expensive. Half price is still like $150 a gun.
Yeah, and by the way, Mitch is here.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
So yeah, dedicated Time Crisis 3 with the topper, which is cool.
Yep.
This did great for us in Amherst, and we think it'll do well at the new place.
Yep.
Now, Super Bikes, you and I have never owned these, but
this is new for us. Yeah.
But you've done these, right?
I have these at Free Play.
Yeah.
And they can play it a ton. They do.
And these have, is that LCDs?
These have been converted to LCDs by another operator.
Okay.
So, because you know, we've had some issues, I think, with some of the CRTs, especially the bigger CRTs as of late, you know, like at Amherst, if it's not like House of the Dead or the Cruisin' USA 27-inch monitors, they always seem like they're dying on us. And, and I think it's those D9200s, those Wells Gardner, for whatever reason, I don't know, they run hot or something.
Right.
We're always like chasing those. So hopefully
with LCDs
we don't have as many problems, but we'll see.
Right. And we could never put LCDs in the gun games, right? Because you can't.
Right, and we would never put LCDs in the classics either. I mean, these are not classics, and these are computers, right? I mean, if you open them up there, computers running, NVIDIA graphics cards or whatever's in there. So like putting them up to an LCD, I'm okay with that.
And you can make phone calls on this.
1-800-CALL-ATT. In case you want to call Chicago or something.
So obviously that's like to save your progress. I think you get a number or something.
Yeah, it's like your code or something. So you put in your code and your initials come up or however it works. And it saves the high scores with your code, and you can just resume where you left off.
I think you can actually hook those up to the internet as well.
Yeah, I think the newer Superbikes, Superbikes 3 or something, they hook up the internet, and you can save your scores to the internet, and wherever you go, you can get your scores or something like that.
And it's got a little LED display here for your speed, and like a little tack or something. These lights, it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
nitrous oxide
and some tunes.
Oh wow!
Maybe you can play the kill screen.
Yeah, I think those are going to do great. The driving games did awesome for us.
They get hammered every people are on there every second.
And these are pretty cool too. I mean, we'll do the video when we get them, but this all lights up in the back. Like these things spin around.
Oh, nice.
Like this like does
the brake light,
crazy stuff. Yeah. So they're like
it's interactive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cruising Exotica, we have a pair of these.
We have 2 pairs.
Of Exotica, are they?
Yeah, we have Exoticas both in Amherst and
Westfield.
I think the ones we have were converted, and I think these were converted. You can see one of them looks dedicated, or maybe that was converted to. This one definitely was a conversion to Exotica from
USA.
USA, right?
Right.
Yep. So
I think the dedicated Exotica cabinet is a little more plasticky and stuff.
Yeah, very plasticky. The top is very plasticky.
Right.
These are definitely USAs that were converted over.
Yeah. Yeah, these things are workhorses for us. There's a golden tee back here. We may or may not put that in depending on if we're able to.
Right. This is the double,
with Silver Strike.
Silver Strike and golden tee. This has that, what do they call, perfect solution switcher or something like that?
Yeah. I have that in the basement.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you have you're running Silver Strike?
Yeah, I have like the Nighthawk computer in the bottom, and then the golden tee board up here.
Right.
And I have complete.
Okay.
And I don't know which version of Silver Strike I have. It's something around there.
What gets played more in your basement, the Silver Strike? Or
No, the golf.
The golden tee. Yeah.
When we first got the Silver Strike, we played it a lot, but it's kind of a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
It's bowling.
Repetitive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
we'll see.
Yeah. So this cabinet here is interesting to me because I remember playing this in Illinois at a pizza place with my family.
Oh, this style?
This cabinet,
Namco?
And it was when it first came out, and I was like, oh my God, this is I can't believe they did this. They released this,
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the Namco reunion cabinets.
Exactly. Right, like the Galaga Pac-Man.
Right.
On the 25th anniversary.
But this one has Donkey Kong Jr. and Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that horizontal game, vertical game, but Mario Brothers is a little, the monitor's vertical?
It is a vertical 25-inch monitor in here, yeah.
Okay.
So I think that helps with the Mario Brothers being horizontal. It gives you bigger screen size, so it doesn't look so distorted.
Right.
I guess.
I love the cabinet. I really do.
It's heavy. I will tell you, it's not like the Nintendo cabinet.
Well, look at this, like 3/4 inch parlor board.
Exactly. It's not a Nintendo lightweight cabinet. That's sure. It's a heavy Namco.
And this is glass.
Yeah. Don't break it, John.
But I think they did a good job. I mean, it's definitely the right profile of a DK era cabinet.
The artwork is decent. So I'll give you the backstory on this.
Yeah.
This actually came from Dave & Buster's in Providence, in the Providence Place Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And another collector had bought it directly from Dave & Buster's. They sold it to him. And it was broken, and so it had, the board was I guess busted or something. The 3-in-1 Namco board was busted. So he bought it for like really cheap, $100 or whatever. And then he's like, he contacted Namco, and he's like, do you guys still sell the 3-in-1 boards? And they're like, yeah, we got them. I think it was like $400.
Really?
So he paid like $400 for the board, and he got a brand new board, and he put it in here. And so after a few years, he's like, I'm sick of this game. Do you want it? And so I bought it off him, and I've had it here. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? I didn't want to put it at free play.
Right.
But I think this would go perfect. We
have the Pac-Man Galaga.
The Pac Galaga in Amherst. And this is good because in the third location, we don't have a ton of room. So if we were able to get 3 games in one, and it's a legit licensed Namco. It's
not like some main cabinet or something.
So we could throw this in there, and then we'll get Donkey Kong. We'll get played.
I wonder how the emulation is. I only played this thing one time, years ago.
Well, I don't.
It's not FPGA, right? It's emulated probably.
It's one of those little tiny Namco boards, like the Galaga Pac-Man, and I can tell you. You've played the Pac-Man Galaga 25th anniversary. Yeah. And the sounds are all on. The Galaga explosion sounds are not the same.
Right. The analog sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's not perfect, but most people that go and play this are not going to notice.
Right. And we have a gauntlet back here, Legacy, I think. Is that what that is?
That is a giant 4-player gauntlet. Dark Legacy or Legends, if we want to put that in there, it's the pedestal cabinet.
Right.
So if we wanted to do that, 4-player, if we got some space, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, we had the original Gauntlet, like right off the bat. It did horrible. Nobody played that game.
I know. Remember those days? We had like a Mappy and a Berserk, and
right.
And it was like those games never got played.
So here's the super checks that we're gonna hopefully put in on location.
Yeah, I love those, man.
Yeah, those get played a lot in Amherst. There's one there now that's not ours.
Right.
So we have to see if we can put this one in. And then the photo booth we're talking about, now you're operating these at Free Play, which we're going to go to soon here.
Yep.
So these things do amazing.
Yeah, this would be new for John and Jay's. We haven't done this yet, but I think we should. I mean, Amherst gets a lot of foot traffic, and there's certainly a lot of college kids that go there. And I can tell you that the college kids love printing out these little photo strips. And then they take a picture of them and they put that on Instagram. So it's like a picture of a picture of a foot. It's like, what are you doing? But anyway, I think we should try it and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's funny because no one develops photos anymore.
No.
Right, and it just prints right out of there and knocks right out. I swear there's like 40 pictures taken a night at Free Play.
Yeah, so I believe it.
They pop right out of here.
Does it have filters and stuff?
Yeah, it has filters and all sorts of it's like a wedding, photo booth at a wedding where it's got props. It's not like the props are all in the software, right? So if you want to add it's like just doing a Zoom call today. You can add clouds over your head, whatever you want. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So and that just prints right out on the photo strip, and people love it. They eat it up. So we'll try it.
I think it's exciting, and this thing is connected to the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
And
so this is a more advanced one where you can do you can upload your pictures to the cloud. They have QR codes and it'll interact with an app and stuff. So if you want to do all that,
you can do all that.
You can do that. You can turn that on. If you want to just print out photos, you can do that too. And that's the way I have them set up at Free Play. They just spit out photos and that's it. No internet or anything like that. But,
right.
The girls absolutely love these booths, man.
Yeah, I believe it.
They'll try to cram 4 people in this thing, and it's ridiculous. But
yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we'll give it a whirl and see what it does.
All right, cool. So why don't we want to head over to Free Play and see what's new there?
I think at the last video we did in Worcester, right? There were some people who say, "Oh, John, why don't you go to Providence and see what's new there?" And it's a good timing because we just took all the plexiglass down and all the COVID restrictions are over in Rhode Island. And so I was able to really start cramming the games in there again.
Awesome.
So, there's a lot of new stuff. So yeah, that'll be good.
All right, let's go check it out.
All right.
Where's your head? Can you hear me? I know where I think.
All right, Jay, we're here.
All right.
Free Play Bar Arcade, Providence.
Right.
So you're fully open now.
Yeah. As of last Friday, all the restrictions have been lifted. So there's no more mask requirements if you're vaccinated. The social distancing 6-foot limits.
Right.
On.
So it's all over.
Dance club's open
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over, and we can get back to business. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see it, and we did a video here a long time ago, a lengthy one.
Yeah.
But the last time I was here, it was all plastic and
it was
walls
right. And we had all those restrictions going on, and so that's all over now. So let's go take a look.
Awesome. I'm actually really excited to see what's new here too.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is an amazing place, guys. And everything's on Free Play.
Everything's on Free Play. No quarters, no token.
Right.
You pay $10 to get in.
$10.
And you can stay here as long as you want.
And you can play as much as you want.
That's right.
That's a bargain and a half.
I think it's a pretty good deal, yeah.
Especially when you got pinball,
Yeah, we have 20 pinball machines, over 150 video games. So
right.
Skee-ball, air hockey,
A-list stuff too. Attack from Mars, Monster Bash.
Yep.
Lots of good
Adam's
stuff.
Family.
Yeah.
So let's take a walk around. So first of all, this game I'm not familiar with at all.
Yeah, I don't think you saw this last time you were here. This is one of these indie kind of arcade guys. I think they're out west somewhere. 2 guys. They did the software for it. It's kind of like a Gravatar kind of game, right? With vector-like graphics, but running an LCD, and
right.
It's running a computer, right? So, but
it looks
pretty
cool.
It's cool 4-player. They added these nice little cup holders built right in. That helps.
So left, right,
Space Duel.
thrust and shoot, like Space Duel, Gravatar, kind of looks like you're rescuing people.
Exactly. Yeah. Very similar to like Gravatar. Stuff at the bottom.
I like it. I like the cabinet a lot.
Yeah, this cabinet is what number, Jay?
Serial number 1. This is the original one off the factory floor, number 1.
Oh, serial number 1.
Serial number 1. Yeah.
Look at you.
This cabinet. Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool to have.
It looks like there's different levels. There's rain.
Yeah, there's different levels, just like Gravatar.
Yeah.
And they add that rain effect in the back, kind of like a vector look kind of feel to it.
Bit of a glare.
Yeah, really cool. It's made by.
Yes, you can play co-op or you can play against each other. There's always different versus
competitive
modes.
or cooperatively. It's these guys down here. I'll give them a little plug. Arcade Holics. These are 2 guys out west that came up with this game. So yeah,
it's
cool.
PC based, obviously, right?
Yeah, run a little PC in there, and that's it. So.
That's cool.
Jarvis saw it at the game show and he gave a thumbs up. He loved it.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
6-player X-Men.
Yeah, this is been here for a while. Still gets played quite a bit. Everybody loves this game. I might move it out of the front. When you first walk in, it's the first thing you see.
Right.
It's getting a little tired here, so I think I'm going to change it around a little bit.
Now, with the games on free play, how do you know what's getting played and doesn't? Just
That's
gut?
a good question, John. Yeah, a lot of it right now is just watching what gets
Observing,
played and observing. However,
He relies on me for that.
yeah. So a little later on, I'll show you something. Our friend Scott from Vector FPGA is going to be here, and he's working on something cool called a J-Logger, and that is something I'll show you a little later. That actually sits. It's like an interposer. It sits between the edge connector of the PCB and the wiring harness, and it just sits there and logs the player 1 and player 2 start buttons, and then it just sends me like a list of how many times the games got played. So
no kidding.
Yeah, really, really cool. Little microcontroller on there. Really
That's
cool. I'll show it to you a little later in the video. So.
And so those that I mean, we've seen this cabinet a bunch of times on the videos here, but for those that haven't seen it before, this is a cool game because it actually has 2 monitors that are kind of, one's down there, one's up there.
Right.
And there's like a mirror, a half silvered mirror.
Right.
That kind of lines it up.
And you can see, always impossible to get it perfect. You always get that little color, the colors, and the little line in the middle.
That one's a little bit whiter than that one.
Yeah, I've tried so many times, and then over time it drifts, right? I mean, the colors may be tuned in from day 1, and after 6 months, a year, the colors start to,
Right.
It's like tuning a TV.
But super cool game.
Yeah. And then let's go over here. So this is new. We were just talking about this. Is Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
So it's new to free play, right? But it's been out since like 2009, right? So it's about 10, 11 years old. But this is a cool, modern, shooter. Awesome. Look at those guns. I mean,
yeah, the guns are awesome.
Grenade launch, recoil. There's everything up there, right? So I think we should get one of these from John and Jay's because this gets played a ton. Running a computer, obviously.
Right.
Big
that cabinet's badass. And there's different. This is like the full size one. Isn't there a smaller one?
Yeah, this is the deluxe with a giant Terminator head on the top. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the one to have. So
that's pretty cool.
I think we'll add this to the next generation.
3-player super sprint.
Yep.
Again, you don't really know. I mean, it's in a good spot, right?
Yeah.
It gets played.
It's right next to, again, Ivan Stewart and Super Sprint side by side, both 3 players. So people I think they remember Ivan Stewart more than they remember.
Personally, I was addicted to this game.
Yeah, everybody comes in, they're like, right away, they're like, Ivan Stewart. I'm like, but Super Sprint?
I know, but you had like these boosts to the nitro, and I loved this game. I legitimately played this a ton in the arcade.
It's like cool off-road, right? I think with these 2 side by side, this gets played more than Super Sprint.
Right.
It's because it's
slightly newer and graphics a little bit better. And the cars like hop, and there's a real finesse to like steering around that hop and stuff.
When to use
your nitrous, just hit a wall, you gotta line it up.
When to use the turbo.
So Gauntlet, Legends.
Yeah, the 4-player.
Dark Legacy.
Yeah, this is the non-deluxe version, I guess, the standard cabinet, and then the one in the warehouse we were talking about earlier was the deluxe giant showcase cabinet. So this is cool. It's one of those games running the
3D engine.
Yeah, the later Atari hardware with the 3DFX card and one of those PCBs. It's essentially a computer in here running.
Right.
So this is Midway. It's like Atari Midway. This is at the end of Atari's kind of days there, and Midway and Atari kind of developed this together, I guess. So,
Is it fun? It's like looks like Diablo or something.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's like just right on the cusp there, right when they were turning into PC games, kind of.
Right.
And then that's essentially what this is running without like an operating system. It's Atari PC.
I think they ported this to the N64.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I seem to remember that too.
So this is cool too. Where you remember earlier we were talking about like the codes on the super bikes.
Yeah.
You can do something similar here. Where you can put in like a code at the beginning. It remembers like your stats and your initials and all that stuff. So people do that all the time. They put their number in and whatever.
And continue
They
it.
continue from where they left off or have all their.
It's awesome.
It's an RPG, so they can keep building their character.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah.
All right, you have some classics here. Obviously,
So
Pac-Man.
These just came in. So if you remember last time you were here, this was all tables and chairs.
Right.
All the COVID restrictions. We had to seat people to get. In order for them to get a drink, they had to be seated. So all those tables and chairs are gone, and I just filled it with arcade games now. So Pac-Man and Galaga were here. I just moved them into this front area. The Ladybug is new. Still working the bugs out of this one a little bit. I know it's resetting from time to time, but I got a high score save kit coming. Hopefully that'll tune the power and that'll fix that. So, but
Yeah, I love this. Is probably one of the better Universal games.
Yeah, Ladybug and Mr. Do, right? Those are the two to have.
As far as playability, you know, cabinet's obviously a little strange, but
they all have that crazy artwork.
these guys are all like on LSD or something. Like
they're on something.
I mean, this is a Ladybug game.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like importing these games from Japan or something, right?
Yeah,
Are the boards and making artwork for it?
I
or
think that's what Universal was doing.
I think some of the cabs are made in Taiwan.
Right.
Yeah, but check out the cool. Like, look at this control panel. Like, they attention to detail on this, right? I mean, they weren't just like paper. Like, you know, you look at the Nintendo stuff, they just put like a paper stuff underneath the plexi. This is like printed on silk screened on this cool like plastic plexi there. Really cool. And like impossible to find start buttons. Like really tiny, weird.
Right.
Joysticks are all different.
And the coin doors.
Like the Gottlieb pinball flipper button.
Yeah. Don't mind the duct tape.
Yeah, and even like here, the Universal's like etched in.
It's into the metal. Isn't that crazy?
It is nuts. Galaga, obviously got to have that. So you got the classics. Turtles in Time. This is in great shape. Is this a restore? Okay.
Yeah. My friend Pete did this restoration for me, about a year or two ago, and it's been sitting in the warehouse waiting to come here. And now it was the time. I can add games in, so I brought it in last week. 4-player, you know, Turtles in Time. Got those little credit buttons down there.
Right. So obviously with free play, it's a problem with this game.
Right. There's no free play in this game, so I had to do this like little kind of push here to like start the game and credit it.
And buttons are behind the reject.
Right. And each player obviously has their own coin switch.
Yep. Classic Konami. That's how they did it, right? So
nice. So Time Pilot.
There's a special story behind this Time Pilot, right? So this was your Time Pilot.
Which I even forgot I had.
Yes, this used to be in your basement a long time ago. You sold it to another collector.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
I don't remember where it went.
You sold it to Joe, I think, and then.
That's right. Okay.
So this came with the package.
Yeah. So I picked this up on Craigslist. I think for $100.
Really?
Yeah.
I paid more than that.
But it's nice.
But it is really nice. It's a really nice Time Pilot.
Beautiful monitor.
Yeah, I think I rebuilt the monitor and all that.
Joystick.
Yep. It's got the original joystick, which is, I mean, you can't play the game without this.
I know.
It's almost like a 360 joystick.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's like an 8-way or something, isn't it? Right.
It is. Yeah.
But because it rotates like that, you can really spin the ship around.
Right.
Yeah, I was playing it. I kind of miss it.
Really?
Yeah, but this plays fine on the 60. I mean, my Miss Pac MAME, but you don't have that joystick.
Right. Well, it has like a flanged barrel inside, which allows it to spin 360 degrees. It's right underneath here.
That's the Monroe. Yeah.
That's what allows it to do that.
Yeah.
Cool cabinet. So,
And
this is
Raiden. Yep.
Yeah, this just came in here recently. So this is like one of those Data East, you know, Ghostbusters.
RoboCop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Curved marquee.
Yep.
Kind of cool, you know. Cool conversion. I got it like this, and so
This is like the shmup world.
Shmup. Yeah. Kind of.
But it looks right in that cabinet.
Yeah.
Was this a conversion kit only, or was there dedicated?
That's a good question. I've never seen a dedicated Raider.
It's got cool graphics.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's look over here.
So R-Type, which is a Nintendo, it's an IRAM game that Nintendo made arcade cabinets for.
That's right. Is this the only Nintendo IRAM that I know IRAM make games for like Williams and other manufacturers?
Yeah.
Is this the only Nintendo
Kung
game?
Fu.
Was that? Yeah, that's true. But they didn't make a cabinet for Kung Fu.
That wasn't for Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo didn't make a cabinet for Kung Fu, right? Only
Just Play Choice 10.
Play Choice, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this might be the only like Nintendo licensed IRAM cabinet right out there.
Yeah, it's an oddity. Now, I used to have one of these. I think you sold me it, and then I sold it back to you or something.
Yeah, we played that old trade game back and forth. Yeah. So yeah, this just came back here just recently. 1943 is another classic that I had here before the COVID pandemic, and then I had to leave because I needed space, and I brought it back. So
right,
cool conversion. I think this was a Centipede.
It looks right though.
Yeah.
I love this game. I really loved this game. I had this on the NES too, and played the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Big fan, man.
It looks good.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we check out over here? You got some cocktails, I see.
Yeah.
You have those on risers, so they're more bar top height.
Yeah, they're bar height now. So Mappy, this is one you don't see too often.
Yeah, Mappy's a good game.
People are just spilling beers on it left and right, so it probably won't stay here much longer.
And Arkanoid.
Arkanoid, which I don't care if they spill beers, I'll go right to heaven. So, but
this is a good game too, though.
Yeah, I'd like to put a Tetris up here with Arkanoid.
Yeah.
Two classic, put them up here by the front, and they'll get played all the time. So.
Yeah, I like Mappy though. And then you have this dance game. What is this one? Pump It Up.
Pump It Up, and this has been upgraded. I know the marquee says like NX, but that's the version. This is like 2017 Pump It Up.
Okay.
This has a lot of that K-pop, music on there. You can see it in the graphics. So this gets played a lot. There's a lot of DDR fans that come to free play, and this is Prime 2, whatever that is. Right, Pump It Up.
So is this a new? Is this better than DDR?
Well, it's like a different. There's 5 pads on Pump It Up. So there's like diagonals, and then there's a center pad. Whereas Pump It Up, regular DDR, if you look later, it's just a cross. 2 up and left and right. Up, down, left, right. Where this is 5.
I see.
So it's a little more complicated. And so there's like certain people that really love this game and has a following, right? And then there's DDR people that have like that following. So it's kind of like 2 different groups almost.
Cool. Let's check out over here, Jay. And then here's the DDR.
Yeah, so this is.
So you got both camps.
Yeah, and you can see this just says up, down, left, right, kind of.
Gotcha.
Center pads, a little. I wouldn't say easier, but just different from Pump It Up, right? So.
Now, can you convert the pads to what that is?
No,
you can't move them around.
Right. No, the software knows it's 4 versus 5.
Okay.
So these are not.
Because it looks like it was meant to be serviced.
Well,
or
if you
something.
look underneath, the pads are they're basically the same hardware. They're just these little they little register kind of micro, not switches, but they're like little foam switches. So
interesting.
They use the same between the two.
Hey, John, the third one's right over there. They go look on the diagonal.
Oh, okay. Wow. You're really catering to that crowd here.
We have a lot of
line. People waiting to play.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
we
funny.
have a lot of DDR players that come here. So.
All right, so some more classics here. Qbert, got to have that.
Yep.
Yours spoke when you turned it on.
Oh, did you hear it? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard mine do that in a while.
Really? Yours isn't working?
Yeah, my fuse.
Oh.
No, actually, mine is talking. I'm sorry. It's the knocker that's not working.
Not working. Okay.
That fuse always blows on mine.
It's probably not working on that one too. It's probably busted.
Because doesn't the knocker fire when you turn it on?
I don't know. Does it?
Maybe when it malfunctions.
Maybe when it's not working right, it fires. Yeah.
Frogger.
Yeah,
gotta have that, and obviously Miss Pac-Man.
Right. Yeah.
All classics here.
Yeah.
4-player pack. This used to be ours, right? This one?
The one in Worcester used to be ours.
Oh, okay.
This one's been here from the beginning. So, but yeah, popular 4-player game.
Yeah.
Modern.
Johnson Parker, but we had that.
Yep. Yeah, we don't have one of those in genre days. Maybe we should get one.
What, Jurassic Park?
Yeah, maybe. We should get one.
Yeah.
It's not a bad one. Yeah, just a different shooter. Maybe for Hadley, maybe for a drug location. Think about it.
And it uses the cheap hap guns, which is good for location.
Good, because they get busted all the time.
Right.
People drop on them.
That's cool, 3D engine game.
Yeah.
Let's kind of go up here.
Yeah.
So Arctic Thunder, we have 2 pairs of these.
Yeah, Hadley. I'm sorry, we have Amherst and Westfield.
Yep.
Right? Both. They do.
Yeah, this is actually a really fun game. It's like Mario Kart on snowmobiles.
Right. With air that blows in your face.
Yeah.
Fans up there.
I'm a fan of this game.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a fan of this. I'm kind of jealous that you have this.
these get played a lot, but I'll be honest, these are a pain in the ass. Like I just feel like.
Are they?
Yeah, they just like I don't
The hardware? Or?
Well, sometimes every now and then the game will just like crash and it'll be like call attendant, and you get
really?
rebooted or something like, and they'll both crash at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like the software bug in there or something they never fixed. Or,
Interesting.
Or maybe I don't have the right revision. Maybe I don't have the newest code or something. But every now and then they just break.
And it has the camera.
Yeah, which I disabled.
Oh, you did?
I shut it off because some people were like, I don't want my picture taken. I get it, like, you know.
Okay.
So I just shut it off.
Yeah, because like it would put your photo.
Yeah. Like
when you're racing,
driving, on your car, like
you can see who the opponent is.
Yeah. So I disabled
The newer Daytonas do that too.
Yeah.
Now this is actually made by Namco, not Nintendo, right? It's a license deal.
It's like Triforce.
It's got Pac-Man in there, and
yeah. So if you look at the board, it's called a Triforce board stack. So it's actually Sega, Nintendo, and Namco. They all had a hand in developing the hardware for it. So yeah, there it is. Triforce.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a complicated. It's like a mini PC almost.
Right. It's cool though.
Yeah.
Skee ball, gotta have that. We have these. These people play the heck out of these games.
Hey guys.
Are these reliable? Here?
Yeah, you know what happens? It's the same thing you and I deal with John and Amber.
Yeah.
People throw all the balls in one.
Yeah, I know.
And then the other machines don't have any balls, and then then there's like 30 balls in one machine.
Right.
Like, it happens.
Or there'll be a cup in here.
Right.
Like people will throw cups or bottles.
Every hour I come up there and just distribute the balls.
Yeah.
I watched a guy the other night like go fishing out of one of the other ones and start throwing them in. I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do that for? I mean, just leave them in the machines they belong. You know.
So Tic Tac Strike, this is a shuffle bowl.
This is another shuffle ball, or shuffle ball.
I always wanted to get one of these, but it's just not realistic.
Yeah, they take a lot of space. You know, they're big and they're bulky, and you got the puck. You know, you got to worry about somebody like throwing that.
Now there's different.
Switches, a lot of issues that can happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's different versions. Some of them hit the pins, and some of them hit the switches. Yeah. And this is the one that hits the switches.
So this hits the switches. You know, this is the slide.
And do you have that sawdust stuff you're supposed to put down?
This stuff right here.
Yeah.
Shuffleboard.
That's probably a nightmare mess.
Yeah. So like, it totally is, and that's why I haven't really like turned this on yet. I usually leave it off, and people were like plugging it in on me, like when it was powered off, and trying to play it, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, part of me wants to keep it here because I think it's fun, but part of me is like, this is just gonna be a pain in the ass. You know, with the dust and this, like, this is gonna go missing, or somebody's gonna steal it, or I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, I used to play one of these on a bar in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I really liked it.
Yeah.
It had like an airplane, like a World War I airplane on it.
I feel like
that's the one, yeah.
Williams made like a ton of these, and they're all the same, but they just called them different things.
Right.
If you look, there's like 10 different versions of this game, and they were just all called different things.
Right.
Like Tic Tac Strike and like, you know.
But obviously there's some kind of a mini game within this with the tic-tac-toe thing, right?
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
So they have, I don't know if you can see on the bottom right there, there's like different versions. There's regulation, then there's a Tic Tac Strike version, then there's the Strike 90 version down there. Let's see if I can. All right, see over there, now watch.
So is this like Williams System 11?
Yeah, it is. All right, see over there in the bottom right corner? So there's like all these different versions of the game you can play, right? So there's regulation, then there's Tic Tac Strike, whatever. That has something to do with the, I guess the...
right, if you get a strike, you get that spot maybe or something?
And there's, I don't know what Strike 90 is, Super Strike, and then there's Flash. So I don't know what these...
So Flash looks like when you hit it, you get that score that's moving?
Get the lit...
right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I kind of want to run this just to see like how it does, but I'm kind of still like, is it going to be a nightmare just to keep this thing going or what? Anyway.
I mean, it must be somewhat reliable. These things were everywhere at some point.
They were, you're right. But they were coin operated, right? So like, people would put a quarter in or whatever, and they'd play a game, and then they'd walk away. And so I just feel like if this thing is just free play, people are just going to like, hammer on it.
Right.
But we'll see.
All right, so here's the super bikes.
Yeah, we were just talking
same
about
ones that we had in our storage.
Right. Yeah. These are running CRTs though. They're not LCDs, but yeah, like you were saying, they got these little screens over here that talk whatever, put your how fast you're going and your speed.
And here's the back of the bike too. You want to see how it.
Yeah, they're all like kind of like tricked out with lights, and they do all.
It's cool. Yeah. It looks like a really modern game that you'd see at a movie theater.
Yeah. Fast and Furious. So yeah, we'll run these at John and Jay's. And,
I like it a lot. And is this problematic, the leaning and all that, or no?
It's not bad. They're all bolted together, so they don't, go anywhere. But but they seem to, you calibrate them once and they seem to run fine. I don't have any problems with
It's like
calibrating.
Eugene Jarvis's country, Raw Thrills.
Yeah, I did a video at Raw Thrills. It was cool, yeah.
Didn't you visit them? Yeah.
I did. It was awesome. It was more like a storage area, not like where they actually make the games, you know. But
For like the Turtles games.
yes, we saw the Turtles game there. Yeah. Oh, we have a candy cab.
Yeah, this is running Street Fighter Third Strike.
Yep.
So this is that Capcom CPS-3 hardware, very sought after. I guess this is the one, if you're gonna have a Street Fighter, this is the one to have, in a candy cabinet like this.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to get this board for the longest time.
Oh,
My
really?
Street Fighter, yeah.
Oh, no shit.
It's just too expensive.
They're up there. I mean, they're like $1,000.
Yeah. What's this Impress?
It's Capcom. That's just the name.
Oh, is it?
Impress is the name of the candy cabinet.
Interesting.
There's all different candy cabinet types, and this Capcom makes this one. They call it the Impress is the model.
Huh. I don't think I ever saw that. All right, so over here you got some classics. I loved this game.
Just added this last week. APB.
You're missing the chair.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of them have the chairs left, do they? I mean, a lot of times you get an APB and the chairs are always gone.
Yeah, so like this metal chair would go in there, yeah.
Did you have a chair with yours?
It wasn't mine, it was Dan's.
Oh, Dan had it. All right. Dan had the
He
chair?
stored it in my garage for a while.
Okay, all right. And he had the chair.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I think he did, yeah.
You don't see them anymore. I guess the operators threw them away.
Yeah, I think it's a cool game.
Yeah,
And,
very cool.
and this is also one I used to play.
Medium res monitor.
Yeah, it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, really. Before Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Ghosts and Goblins, I have a love-hate relationship with this game because I suck at it.
It's hard. It's a hard game.
I know.
Everybody will tell you this is a hard game.
Yes.
But I took this out, and people started complaining. They're like, "What happened to Ghosts and Goblins, man? Bring it back." I'm
Really?
Like, all right. So a year later, and I finally get it back. So.
But I played that a ton on the NES.
Yeah, me too. Yep. Now, Ghouls and Ghosts sequel.
Yes.
Have you played that?
Yeah.
Is that harder than Ghosts and Goblins?
I think it is.
Is it?
Someone will probably correct me, but I seem to remember it being harder, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Phoenix, this is one of those Century, I kind of group these all together, like Phoenix, Pleiades, Vanguard, there's a few more I'm forgetting. I just feel like they're all the same game, you know, they're all like a knockoff of Galaga or something,
Or
right?
or Space Invaders.
Or Space Invaders.
How can we make Space Invaders different? I liked Phoenix though.
I will tell you, this game grew on me. I wasn't going to bring it here, and I started playing it, had some issues.
It's a good game.
Started working on it, and I kind of like it. It's got some...
You shoot the center of the bird instead of the wings.
Explode or something, and it's kind of quirky, but it is cool. It's got some cool
Yeah, the
sound
birds
effects.
like regrow the wing like the later rounds when they're really big.
Yeah, you
Pull
shoot-
the wing off and it takes too long, they regrow them. I like the mothership though, with like the orange bottom. You can try to take the alien out in the middle. It's like the third or fourth level.
Yeah.
There it is. Here you go. Here's those.
This one with the wings,
eggs
yeah.
that
Yeah, after they
and
hatch,
They
yeah.
turn to birds.
There you
they
go.
go. See? And then they like split apart.
The middle shot destroys them, and the edge just takes off a wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try it and see how it does.
Pretty cool.
You know?
I mean, it's an old game.
It is old.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, like the difference between 1980 and 1983 is like 10 years.
It really is.
In an arcade game.
Technology
Right.
between the 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like somebody was making these like. I feel like these games were like cranked out of somebody's garage or something. Like the ugly wood grain cabinets.
Yeah.
I'm just never a fan of it. You know?
Well, I think a lot of these companies were importing the boards
They
from
were,
Asia
yeah.
and then
Building a cabinet,
and
yeah,
making up
yeah.
their own artwork.
That's exactly what Century did, right?
Right.
Like we're out of far. Right?
Yep.
Anyway.
Galaga 3, I kind of dig it. Is this also...
Gapless, yeah. So this
Gapless,
is actually
yeah.
Gapless 4.
Okay, yeah.
With the Galaga 3 marquee. So I think I was having problems with the Galaga 3 board, and I threw a Gapless
But they're the
board in.
same game.
Yes.
Right?
Some people
Aren't
will
they?
say that Galaga 3 is a little harder because of whatever.
Okay.
It's like an Easter egg or something in it, but I don't know the whole story. But
Yeah.
I think they're the same game. I like the Gapless marquee a lot better than Galaga 3. I feel like this is ugly.
Yeah, that
The
is.
Gapless marquee is much
That's like an intern.
Right, yeah.
Hey, can you make a 3?
Yeah, just put a 3 in front of the Galaga. Call it Galaga 3.
So Pac-Mania, this is a game I almost bought.
Oh, yeah?
And this is an Atari System, what is it?
Like System 1
Namco
hardware or
System
something?
1 or something?
Yeah, exactly. This and Galaga 88 run the same hardware.
Yeah.
I think.
I had
the same.
No, I had Dragon Spirit.
That's also this cabinet.
Yes.
Is it the same hardware?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had Dragon Spirit, and then I got this board,
Oh.
and then you could swap the boards right here.
Yeah, right in the front. Yeah.
And it has a Sanyo 20 EZ.
Yes. Yes.
And Is it JAMA?
Yeah, it has a little adapter. So yes, it is JAMA, but then Atari. You know what? Let me just open it up and show you. John.
Right.
Because we're here, we might as well just do it.
It's a cool cabinet. It's a really useful cabinet to swap boards.
It reminds me of the Atari System 1 cabinets, you know, like Madness and Road Blaster. It's the same kind of setup, right?
Right.
So yeah, it's got this, it's JAMA, but then Atari put this little thing on the front of it, right?
Is that a filter board or something?
It's a filter board.
It's got headers though, yeah.
It's a filter board, but it also has the video header for the 20EZ, right? It has the audio header. This is the video here, and then it also has the
audio
meter connections, like for the coin counter and the coin controls and stuff like that. And then the power also comes in through here. So the power comes in through this. So I don't know why Atari did this, but instead of just regular JAMA harness, they decided to make this.
Right. So they're just tapping into the JAMA pinout with these headers.
And then they have like a breakout of all the different cables that go.
Gotcha.
So that's all they did. But yeah, so this is the Galaga 88 version. And like you said, this board is the same. Dragon Spirit, Pac-Mania. I think Splatterhouse runs on this hardware too. Very sought after PCB.
Right. And a great, cool cabinet.
Yes. And I think somebody made a multi of this. If you believe it, I think that guy Darksoft or somebody did like a multi version.
Okay.
The kid that you can put in this to run all those different games.
And obviously the 3D marquee for Pac-Mania is awesome.
Yeah. The only thing about that marquee is
people punch it.
People punch it, it cracks, people break it. It's just
it's a target.
It's still in shit.
So Rampage, definitely a game I liked a lot when I was younger.
Yeah, this one is a piece of history. So I don't know if you can see down here, but this was in Rhode Island, a local amusement park called Rocky Point. This used to be in the arcade at Rocky Point.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is like a local piece of history that a lot of
So that was like a Six Flags type place?
Exactly. It was like a Six Flags, but like little local Rhode Island amusement park. They had like a roller coaster and a few rides, and then they had the game room with all these cool games from the 80s. And this one used to live there, so it's cool to have it here.
It had like a gondola ride, it was crazy. I used to go there when I was a little kid.
That's cool, and it's got the Monroes?
It's got the Monroe joysticks, yeah.
It's legendary. I mean, it's closed down now, it's gone.
Yeah. So these are Atari System 1.
Yeah.
So that's Atari with Namco System
1 hardware.
I
think it's System 1 hardware.
I think it is too, yeah, right?
Yeah. So very similar cabinet setup as that, though, right? It has the front door with a PCB you can access, right? Really easy to work on. And the only one missing here is Peter Packrat.
Okay.
I stand corrected. If you're lucky enough to have a relief pitcher, which is also System 1, I just met somebody this week who had one, and I couldn't believe it. That was also System 1. So there's actually 6 System 1 cabinets. I have 4 out of the 6.
Huh. It's funny to me that I've never owned one of these.
Are you kidding me?
It seems really odd.
Really?
Like these, you're tripping over. Yeah. I could have gotten one of those like 10 times.
I feel like you would go with an Indiana Jones. I don't know why.
Okay, so that game I never played.
Right.
I played the hell out of this.
Me too, man.
I never got into that.
Really?
And I do like that.
I figured this was your game. I don't know why.
I love Indiana Jones.
That's what I thought.
I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark's my favorite movie, right?
This is, for me, Marble Madness, hands down, number 1 out of the lineup.
See, for me, it's Roadrunner, so we're all different.
Yeah, that's why they're all here, right?
But this is the one I absolutely, when I was a kid.
When I was a kid, I played this.
Those games, this is like 3D Spy Hunter.
And you know what's funny, John, is out of all these games, like you said, they made a ton of these, and they converted Marble Madness all day. And I'd look at that game and be like, nah, I'm not playing that. This gets played more than any one of these.
Exactly.
Like, Road Blasters gets played non-stop, and it just drives me crazy, but people love it.
It's a cool game, though, with the guns and stuff. It's like
a 3D
Spy Hunter.
Spy Hunter, yeah, exactly. It's Atari's version of Spy Hunter, right?
Yeah.
So, cool.
This game,
you get the ship that flies by,
Yeah, the ship drops the guns down.
Right.
I never had the patience for this. I never had enough money to really understand this.
I never saw this, really, and if I did, I wouldn't waste my money on it.
Right, because one quarter, you're like, what do you do?
In a second.
Whereas Roadrunner, I'm like, run and jump, got it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like very Nintendo to me, very blue, very kind of...
I never saw that game, though, when I was younger.
Anyway, Marble Madness is my favorite. So.
All right, let's turn the corner here.
Marble Madness is so bad.
So, I had Tubin. I did like that game.
You had this in your basement?
I did, yeah. It was one of the first games I got.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's one of the very first games. Medium res monitor, waterfall marquee.
Yeah, still works. Very cool game. It gets played a lot more than I thought it would ever get played.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but people like this game.
Yeah, I like it too. Berserk.
This just came back here, so this was gone for a while.
Okay.
I just brought it back because people were like, "Hey, what happened to Berserk?" So,
Is that running original or
this
FPGA?
is all original hardware.
It is.
All original, yeah. All 8 boards are in there. Crazy.
Because there is an FPGA, right? Berserk
there
board?
is.
Yeah.
J-Rock, yeah. And that one runs very well, but this is the original hardware running.
I was bugging them to bring this back.
This used to be at John and Jay's a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we had this those games that never got played?
Yeah.
Amherst,
That's right.
So anyway, this is
Yeah, and that's an okay game.
yeah.
Like, compare that to Robotron. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, night and day, right?
I love Berserk though.
Defender. Yeah, obviously Berserk was an early game with speech.
Yeah.
Defender, I loved that game. I mean, you felt like you're on the Millennium Falcon controlling it with all these buttons and
tons of buttons.
Hard as nails.
yeah, it's a cool game though.
Yeah, it's right up front with all the other Williams games over here. So this is the Williams lineup.
So I had a Moon Patrol.
Yeah,
Is this mine?
I don't think so. Well, it's possible.
These seem familiar. Like I was actually looking for
Cigarette
those.
burns.
Yeah.
Maybe it was yours. I don't think I got it from you though, but
Okay.
you know the way this hobby works is it just gets passed around. So.
I loved Moon Patrol.
What did you play it on? Did you play it on Coleco? at all?
Arcade, no.
Oh, you played the arcade version?
Yeah.
So I remember playing this. I think it was on Coleco. Is that right? That had Moon Patrol.
Probably.
Or Atari. I think it was Coleco. I used to play it all the time.
I'm sure it was on the 2600, but
Yeah.
very crude.
I used to play at Fun Spot a lot. Moon Patrol when I was a kid.
Yeah, I loved it. I really do. And that's an Irem game.
Right.
Irem.
Iron. Yes. Sinistar.
And the sounds in that are like the same in Kung Fu Master, like that,
Yeah,
like the
it's
music and
reused,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, So Sinistar, another game with speech, has Cinnabons.
a little creative with that, right? Like Cinnabons.
So this is a game like it wasn't until like the last 10, 15 years where I actually understood how to play the
It's a
game.
hard game.
Like you have to like collide into that to
You
get
have to, like,
resources.
you have to mine, you have to mine the rocks to get the,
Right.
whatever Cinnabombs, I guess, and yeah.
And then it's
Love enough to destroy him when
Yeah.
he comes after you. You're done.
right. So you're gathering resources to attack him
Right.
when he
He's
shows
so
up.
creepy. He yells at you.
Yeah,
It's awesome. Yeah.
cool game. Bubbles. I had a Bubbles cabinet.
You sold that one to me. So
I
have
did.
that one now. Not this one though. I have it still. Waiting to get deconverted.
Yeah, I had a multi
You had a multi-board
Williams.
in there, right.
Multi Williams
But
in
you
it.
had the whole Bubbles package. You had the artwork
Yes,
for it.
I did.
But you had a multi-Williams control pin.
I did.
So I'm going to restore it back to you someday. Original Bubbles.
Yeah, I got it. It was like painted black or
Yeah.
something, and I was gonna, I had dreams of stenciling it. I never did it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I realized I wanted just a dedicated Robotron, which I think is what we traded for.
Oh, did we? Yeah, you're right. We did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Because that was all I was really playing on it was
Yeah,
Robotron.
Well, that's the game out of everything.
And here you go,
All these,
Robotron.
right? Robotron.
I love Robotron. I still do.
Everybody loves Robotron.
Joust is a game though I really did like. I used to play this on my Atari 800 computer,
No kidding.
and it was so good on that. It was
Yeah.
it was an awesome version.
Was the 800 computer like the same as the Atari? Didn't they use not the 7200? What was the other Atari that came after the 2600?
The 5200.
Yeah, was this computer like the?
800 was gone to Commodore. Didn't it?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
was it
it was like
Commodore?
no, it was the competitor to the Commodore.
Oh, okay. But could you play? You couldn't play Atari games from the other consoles on the computer.
No.
Was it like a disc,
I had floppies.
Oh, you had
Yeah,
floppies.
I was a mad pirate.
Wow, dude, really?
We had a Where's BBS.
Oh, wow, you're old school. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah. My friend had a 1200 baud modem and like a 1 megabyte hard drive, and we were like rock stars.
Are you kidding me?
No. And he had a dedicated phone line in his bedroom.
Oh my God! Really?
Wow. You guys were running the BBS? Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
We had it made, dude.
You were like the Napster of like Atari back in the day.
It was back in the day, so like you would have like in order to download something, you had to upload something
Yeah, yeah.
first or
Oh,
whatever.
really?
Remember that?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I still have all those floppies. I've done videos on my Atari.
You still have them all?
Yeah.
You think the data's still good on those? If you're
Yeah, I've done videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So Mario Brothers, wide body, love it.
Yep.
I have it. It's great.
This may be leaving though. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, do people? You don't really know, but
I don't. I feel like no.
Okay.
I think they see this.
No,
and they're
people don't play this.
They play this, or they play Castlevania or Donkey Kong.
okay. So let's talk about what we have here. So this is Nintendo Versus.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
This Nintendo Versus.
Correct.
Dedicated Donkey Kong 3. Now, I'm very curious about this. Was this here last time?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I have the EXE file for
Yeah.
Fix-It Felix.
Yes.
Is that what this is
Yes,
running?
Correct. It's running on a computer down there somewhere. But it has an original 20EZ monitor. It's running whatever video card in order to output the right signal to
Right.
face to the monitor.
It's
and so-
XP.
Yeah, it's running Windows XP.
Right.
You know,
Because I ran the EXE on my Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Because I have a computer in there with MAME.
Yep.
And I was playing this for a while. I was wondering if it was the same
Yeah, it's
version.
probably the same thing. Yeah, but this it's configured to just boot up into Fix-It Felix and
Yeah.
play it.
It seems like it's dedicated. And
Yeah, you would never know.
Right.
Unless you open it up.
So do people react to this when they see it?
Yeah, people sometimes are like, I can't believe you have this. I didn't know this was a real game. It's-
Right.
I see people taking a lot of pictures of this game. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I went down to the. I did a video at Walt Disney World
Yeah.
at the arcade
Disney
there.
Quest or
Disney
whatever.
Quest.
I saw that one. You even went to the back of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was at the time this came out, and seeing it at Disney was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
because
It was open, wasn't it?
yeah, 'cause everybody was scrambling trying to get this,
Take one of them, yeah.
and then people were making the game themselves, and then someone at Disney leaked the EXE
Released it,
file.
Really? Oh, is that how it came out?
Yeah, I believe.
Anyway, it gets played.
It's cool.
It gets played quite a bit, so I'll keep it here.
And then obviously the greatest game ever made with the wrong jump button. God
Oh God.
darn it.
Yeah, we'll. Hey, look, if there's nothing
Thank you,
else
John. Thank you,
that's
John.
about John you need to know is he will find whatever's wrong with your games
Thank
and
you,
make
John.
sure that
Nah.
no one knows about it. Oh, this jump button's wrong.
We're at the warehouse last week. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just take a jump button off one. No.
I knew John was coming. I was like, leave that there.
Thank you, John.
Well, it's my favorite game. Come on.
All right, we'll fix it.
Hey, Brian Koo overcame here.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right.
Yeah, honestly, though, all your games are in great shape. All the monitors are really strong.
Thanks, John.
I mean, just look around.
I tried.
Play Choice 10.
Yep. I keep toying with getting rid of this thing too.
Okay.
If I'm going to drop two Nintendo games, it's this and it's Mario Brothers Wide Body. But this has some cool, I've got some not so, normal Play Choice carts in here, like Legend of Zelda, Metroid. Like those are not Play Choice carts that were ever released, right?
Right. Metroid was, though, was it?
Metroid? Was Metroid released on?
I feel like I had Metroid in mind.
I don't think so. Really?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a legit Play Choice card. It might have been. I can tell you Legend of Zelda was not.
Yeah.
I have the original Mega
Super
Man.
Contra, Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus is not also. That's not a real.
Right.
Play Choice card. So there's a guy that does these cards and makes whatever you want kind of out of it.
So is it the original cart with the ROM flash on it?
It's a repro card. I think he made like a repro card, like he designed his own kind of Play Choice card, and then he can put like whatever ROM you want for whatever Nintendo game you want on it. So he has like hundreds of them now. So I don't know how Nintendo had how many they had originally.
Did somebody make an adapter to allow you to plug an NES cart in?
There is that as well. Yep.
Gotcha.
I'm not running that in this. I'm running
Kung Fu.
That's the game I played on my Play Choice the most.
Kung Fu.
I love that game.
And that's the Irem you were talking about earlier, right?
And there is the arcade version of this too.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the NES version.
Yeah, yes. I remember.
All right, so Nintendo versus Dr. Mario
Yeah.
in a Donkey Kong cabinet. Does that get played a lot?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
I mean, I have this in my red tent right now.
Oh, yeah. You got this, and what's on the other side?
Super Mario.
Super Mario,
Yeah.
Yeah, this gets played out of all the Nintendos. It's probably like 3. And I would say like Super Mario's number 1, maybe Donkey Kong.
This is number 3.
I would say this is around 3. This gets played a lot. It does.
Now, how about the Super?
Also gets played a lot.
So this is like the Super Nintendo version
Right,
of the
right.
Play Choice 10.
Yes.
And I had an opportunity to buy one of these
Why didn't you?
a long time ago.
You should have.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I just thought it looked weird and
It's
ugly.
I agree.
Like I don't like these. Like on the Versus, you get normal controls.
I don't know why they did this. I'm not a fan of it.
I didn't like it. And then of course, years later, people are going crazy for these, and the prices
I'll
are.
tell you what happens with this,
Yeah.
and I can't stand it. People spill drinks on these joypads.
Okay.
And they get sticky, and that's
They
it.
put their drinks right here.
And they spill it, and then
Yeah,
you cannot.
it's a cup
unstick.
holder.
Yeah. whatever they get in here, you cannot unstick it. Like, it's always going to be sticky, no matter what you do.
Every night I'm on drink duty, just trying to make sure it doesn't happen.
Right.
It's annoying, but people love. I have Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yep.
Which is not an original. This is actually running one of those, like you said, the converter where you can plug a Super Nintendo card into this, into the hardware on here.
Okay.
This is running like a Super Nintendo.
Was that a LucasArts game?
I'm not sure. We can try it, but anyway, so this is not an original card. It's running one of the adapters in this one.
Yep.
Super Tennis and Super Mario World are like the two that came with every one of these they put out. And F-Zero, that was the other one. So I took F-Zero out and I put in the Zombies Ate My Neighbors into this.
I'm a big fan of Super Tennis, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played Super Tennis.
I never play it.
Dude, I played hundreds of hours on my SNES.
Oh, really?
Tennis, yeah.
Is it a good game?
Fantastic.
It looks
because it has two different types.
the Mode
It has,
7
like,
graphics.
It has hard, it has like clay, you know, there's like, and also grass. 3 different turfs, you know, and there's a circuit, like a league, a world league. So you can play like over 150 matches. You can just keep going.
Like a whole season or whatever.
Yeah, seasons.
Or career.
It's pretty sick.
And then Punch Out.
Yes.
So this is not your Punch Out. Your Punch Out is actually a free play Worcester. This was another one I cobbled together from parts. I think I got this cabinet from Tim and I threw all the parts in. And anyway, Punch Out gets played quite a bit. You know. Anyway, it's a classic Nintendo.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally dig Punch Out. So here's that photo booth.
Yes.
So this is kind of what it looks like, all set up and running.
Yeah, same thing. So here you go. If you look on the side here, John, you see these are the people that leave all the pictures behind.
Oh, is that right?
So I just kind of throw them in here in case you ever want to come and reclaim them. Well, other times people they'll take a picture, they'll sit down, take a picture. The pictures drop out down here,
and they don't know
and then people walk away, or they put their pictures down somewhere, forget it. So
Sometimes I find them on tables next to games.
Yeah, so I just throw them in here, and if they ever want to come reclaim
Image quality is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know?
So you've got a couple air hockeys.
Yeah, air hockeys are a big deal here.
Yeah.
If nothing else, people, if they can't find a game they like, they'll play air hockey because everybody can play air hockey. It's easy and it's competitive, and people love just killing the air hockey tables. They just whack the hell out of the pucks.
There's actually several regulars that come just for air hockey and play virtually nothing else.
I believe it.
Like
It's
all
almost like
night.
a league. If they can make a league, air hockey league, they would. And I'm like, guys, no.
It's kind of like an ad hoc league already.
And these have the side guards, so we don't have any casualties.
Yeah.
Right.
But they still kill the pucks of flying.
So
It's actually a multi score, John. That's kind of the key. Multi-score there.
Yeah.
That's what allows them to have like tournaments.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we have these in Amherst, and
Yeah, the smaller version. This is
Right.
a 4-player table.
but they're the fast track too, right? Yeah.
Same manufacturer, yeah.
So let's look at the pins real quick. We forgot those. So Pirates of the Caribbean, we're talking about maybe putting that.
Yeah, I think maybe we put this in the third John and Jay's location, or maybe Westfield.
Not this one, Joe.
No, this one.
You're killing me.
Yeah, sorry. I know this is one of your favorites. It might be leaving.
So you've got color DMDs and everything.
I did. Yeah, I upgraded everything to color DMD. I think it makes a huge difference.
You do.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot better.
Now, I mean, the games are on free play,
They are. Yeah.
but I guess, listen, you're going the extra mile here and everything, right? So
Yeah, I just think they look so much better than the orange, amber, whatever original
Right.
displays. I mean, they did a good job. I gotta say, Color DMD did a good job. Whoever designed these, it's great. The colors are great. I think it just makes a big difference.
And then-
I actually got comments from customers because we swapped over Getaways and Red to color last
night and day.
just recently, and
Yeah.
there was literally a couple pins, players that came to me and were like, "Dude, you switch over to color, it looks great." People actually notice.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then there's the LEDs, and then there's the LCD.
Yeah, the old ones were the LCDs, which I don't think they sell a whole lot of. These are the LED, which are meant to look like a original DMD, like the
Right.
pixels. You know, the other ones, the LCDs, kind of look washed out, kind of not pixelated. You know.
So Theater of Magic, I had this pin. It was.
You hated it.
I did not like
I
it.
remember you hated
It was
You
the fastest
kept it
pin I
for
got
like
rid
a
of.
month, right, or something. You
I'm
just
like, I don't like it.
get rid of it. Yeah.
I like the idea of it. It seems so deluxe and elite
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I gave it away.
Yeah.
I got to. I mean, compared to what they're worth now.
I can tell you, John, these pins get played a ton.
Yeah.
But maintenance-wise, I hate them. Like, these games, they just require so much maintenance.
Right.
And, like, every week it's like, all right, what broke?
Sure.
Every single week, yeah, because each game gets about 100 plays a night.
I mean, remember, these are 30-year-old pins. You know, they're all from the 90s. And they just need a lot of help. You know?
Right.
They get, the people play the shit out of them.
But
They're on free play, which means that they're not held back by by somebody putting money in.
Right.
Yeah,
But think about when we started really looking for these was 10, 12 years ago.
Right.
And they weren't that old.
They weren't.
And they were kind of better than Stern at the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But now they're
now things are different.
Yeah, now they're older.
I like the Sterns better now.
Do you really?
Yes.
I still just don't like the way the Sterns.
I'd rather have Stranger Things.
Well, don't get me wrong.
Ghostbusters.
The Mandalorian? Oh my god.
I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
Maintenance-wise, having the Stern pins on location, I don't have to worry about things breaking all the time. Night and day compared to this stuff.
Yep.
However, I just feel like the Sterns still feel a little clunky, plasticky, like clink, clink. Like when you,
I guess.
when you hit the flippers, they just don't feel the same as these classic Williams. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's personal preference.
So Scared Stiff, Monster Bash. This was one I was after forever.
Really?
Never got it.
They had one of these in Amherst, right, when we first got there?
That's the one I was trying to get.
Oh, really?
I saw one for sale 2 days ago for like $9,000.
Yeah, they're stupid money though now. I mean,
Yeah, but I was trying to get this like 10 years ago
Yeah.
when it was at another bar in the
it
area.
was probably like $4,000 then.
Who knows? Yeah.
Anyway, Addams Family.
Which is a game I also am surprised I never had. No, I had Whirlwind, which is another Pat Lawler
Right.
game with similar shots.
Yeah.
And I also had No Good Gophers.
Oh, who made that one? Was that?
That's Williams. That's
but
Pat Lawler.
That was Lawler as well.
Yeah.
And then Attack from Mars.
This was the game that I first wanted, and then I saw the prices, and I said, yeah, I don't think so. Because when I first got in the hobby, I'm like, okay, this was the game my wife and I played at a bar. This
did?
is and this is the
Okay.
one I wanted. And then I saw the prices, and it was like $3,000 or something. I'm like, I can't do that. So then I got Whirlwind instead.
And now they're like double that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I did get Revenge from Mars though, which
Yeah, you
was
still have
that was my consolation. You know.
Did you LED that one yet?
No.
You hurry up and LED that
I
one.
know. I'm not good at. I have LEDs only in the
Which one did you do, Bronx? No.
Radical.
Radical. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did that one, right? Yeah.
Brian Eddy obviously did Attack from Mars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getaway, Steve Ritchie.
Richie, yeah. Yeah, this one's fun. I like this. This is one of my favorites.
This game will punish you if you miss the shot. It is
Now-
fast and brutal.
And this is a lot better than High
I
Speed.
think it is, yeah. I mean, High Speed's kind of simplistic compared to what's going on with this game.
Right.
Supercharger and
And I see you have that.
love
Now that's
mod.
Steve Ritchie in the Ferrari back there.
yeah, somebody added that before me. That back in the corner. But anyway, and then
Guns N' Roses.
It's like John Bohr.
What did he do recently?
Turtles.
Turtles, yeah. I've had people come up to me and just want to buy this pin.
Really?
He's a huge Guns N' Roses fan. They're like, "Well, pay whatever, man. I just want this pin." So,
I think this is one of Borg's best games. Has a magnet in the middle.
yeah,
That's cool.
Double
And they
ramps.
just released Jersey Jack did a new one, right? Guns N' Roses. Get it?
That's not a mod, right?
No, this is a mod.
Oh, it is?
This is not original.
Okay.
And this is actually, this goes up to a spinner, just like Taxi, the burnout on Taxi.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing, except it's a jackpot.
Yeah.
So the gun and the rose.
Right. Guns N' Roses. John.
I've seen
There you
this
go.
before, but that's a mod, huh?
I don't think that's original. I'm pretty sure that's a mod. Yeah.
Because how could you have the gun
Without the rose?
without the rose? And I don't think this is the kind of gun that Axel would have.
No, I don't.
He would have a revolver.
And an R, the ramp.
Oh,
Notice it?
I've never noticed
Dude,
that.
look at that. Right?
No, GNR.
Look at that. Where's the N?
Oops. Missing the end.
All right, so let's go down here. You have this little
Let's go with the little
nook here.
This is kind of like what am I going to do with these games? Where can I put these ones that I want?
So Rolling Thunder, that is a game I definitely liked.
If you notice,
Back in the day.
it's really close to the door because
Yes.
you're going out the door pretty soon. It's getting out of here.
I would imagine that unless you played it in a roller rink like me, you have
did
no
you really?
I think so. You would have no desire to play it.
It's such a weird cabinet.
And then these Exidy gun games, which I always wanted one, never got one. They're infamously hard to keep working.
Well, yeah, they are. They're big and heavy, and
Yeah.
like they're just like monstrous, right? But I agree with you. The game boards are tricky to keep running, but once you get them and you clean the power and the connectors and everything, then they're pretty reliable.
Yeah.
But people do play these, so they'll stick around.
Dude, I wanted a crossbow like, for the longest time, and I just, for some reason, can never pull the trigger, So I feel you, John.
I've never really had a good opportunity, but they are. Look how big that cabinet is.
Ginormous. I mean, look at the size of it compared to a Zuki.
Right. Yeah. All right, so Taito games, elevator action, freaking love that game.
I say Taito.
It is Taito.
You say Taito,
I love elevator action.
You've never owned one?
No, I've had Kicks. I love Kicks.
Yeah, Kicks is fun.
Kicks is fun. And that's the same hardware as Zookeeper. It's not easy to keep working.
This is running J-Rock, I will admit.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because the hardware, like you said, just like Zookeeper, impossible to keep runing, always want the RAM
I should
to
just
fail.
get that, because mine has RAM errors right now.
Yeah, just J-Rock, yeah. Be done with it.
And then Crazy Climber, I have the Nichibushu cabinet.
Right. That's like pretty skinny, right?
It is, yeah.
That's the white one, right?
It is the white one. You can see the Nichibushu on the door.
You want to sell it?
No.
Let me know when you should sell it. I don't think this is Play-Doh. Mitch, is Play-Doh on?
Not really.
It's not an easy game.
Should this one leave? I think maybe this should leave.
No, it's a good
I think this is leaving.
It's an awkward game to play.
It is awkward.
Because to get into the rhythm of this, it's not
It's like
easy.
Tank, right?
Yeah.
Up and down.
And it's like if his hand's not in the right spot, you're stuck, and
This game's lame.
it's frustrating. Now this is one of my favorite games. Period. The end.
So somebody was here the other day and they put a ridiculous score up on this game.
Really?
So we'll wait. We'll wait until the high score comes through and we'll take a look at it. But yeah, it's gonna. Somebody was here playing it for a few hours. There you go.
Jason, it was down.
Yeah, Jason Delusional was there, and he put like 2 million on it. Crazy.
Well, you get there's million-point jumps that.
Oh, are there?
Yeah,
No, you have this in your basement.
I do.
What's your score on it?
I don't remember. I don't. I think it's above that or
Is it
around.
really?
I don't know. I haven't played it in a while.
Okay.
I'd have to look on my high score card.
It's not working? Is that why?
It's not working.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played it in months. It's the RAM.
Yeah.
I got it to boot. I reset some of the RAM, and I got it to come back to life. I just need to sit down there and,
I think we
figure
should
it out.
do a little trip.
Yeah.
It's on the road to your house. And
Yeah.
Fix it.
That'd be awesome.
I think that's good.
So, love this game.
Me too, man.
I had this in my basement.
I love it.
I love
I gotta tell
that
you,
game.
This is probably the least favorite out of all the Taito games here is Jungle King. For me, personally. And I always I'm getting rid of this game. It's leaving.
I love that game.
I love that game. It sticks with me.
Now you got the jungle.
Like 5 at Fun Spot I played.
Yeah. So you got the Jungle Hunt board in there.
Wait, so is this the opposite of Worcester?
Yes.
Did I have the wrong in Worcester?
Oh.
Yes.
I think in Worcester I have the Jungle Hunt.
Is that right?
It's
but I have the wrong board. And in this one it's the exact opposite.
Oh, is that right?
So
Yeah.
I gotta swap it.
So if you're not familiar with the story, they originally called it Jungle King, and the Tarzan people said, "What are you doing? You can't do that."
Right.
So they quickly changed it to Jungle Hunt and dumbed down the artwork, and they have this guy with the little pith helmet.
Yeah. So this is the one you don't want. You want the
Jungle King.
Hunt. I'm sorry, Jungle King.
Yes.
But I have the wrong board. I have Jungle Hunt.
Yeah. But
I
you,
actually prefer Jungle Hunt 'cause that's the one I played as a kid.
I see.
When I saw him looking like Tarzan, I'm like, who's this guy? And then I learned about him.
All right, I'll fix it.
But the problem with the game though is it's pretty one-dimensional once you just cycle through all the
What
levels.
is it, like 3-4 stages?
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
All right, so
All right, so we have a versus dual system upright with Goonies and Gradius. Two great games. I love Gradius
all right, what's the story on
more than R-Type.
Nobody ever plays this. Nobody ever plays this. And
Put Balloon Fight in it.
for the first, I know you told me that. For the first time this weekend, there was actually a person playing both sides of this game. I could not believe it. Both games were getting played simultaneously. Right.
That's funny.
We convert this to versus Duck Hunt and versus Hogan's Alley.
Yes, that's what I want to do. Duck Hunt.
Oh, that's a good idea. Put the gun games in
I think
there.
they're gonna get played
There's
a lot.
Gumshoe.
Yeah, 'cause I want to try to beat my record on versus Duck Hunt.
Yeah, you have the world record on Duck Hunt.
Correct. Yeah, 3.5 million. I was the first guy to ever make it around 99. Past 99.
Round 99.
Yeah, I got to round 100. Yeah.
So what happens?
It actually goes to 0-0, and they know because when you start the game, it goes to round 1. So Miyamoto actually knew, and he made it round 100 early.
Huh, that's
Never
cool.
been seen before. Yeah.
All right, so we have an outrun, sit down, full motion. That's the one.
This is the one to have. If you're going to own an Outrun, you want the full motion sit down.
That is the top of the heap, right? There's no other deluxe one, right?
I think there's one that has like a race car version.
That's what I was getting at. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have that one.
I like this one.
I knew you were going there, John.
Well, I was trying to remember because Fun Spot had one of them
Yeah.
with the motion. Was it this one or the one above it? I don't know.
I think it's the other one with the race car instead of this.
More plastic around it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I love that cab though. Full
Yeah.
motion is so good.
So Crazy Taxi, another game I really liked.
We have one of these in Amherst, right? Right? It's
Oh,
still there?
oh yeah.
Is it still there?
Do we have that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we do. All right. No, we do have that.
When's the last time you went there, John? Well, probably last year, right?
Well, I haven't seen our games work since March of last year.
Yeah.
Before COVID, come on.
And we have a House of the Dead as well.
Yes.
We have House of the Dead 4. And
Yes.
House of the Dead 1 in Westfield. But yeah, these games get played a ton. This is my little Sega
Right.
here. So
All great games. And then you have the Time Crisis 4.
So I think if we can, John,
Yeah.
you might want to take Time Crisis 3 out of Amherst and maybe we move it to Westfield or do something with it and upgrade to 4. I think 4
is better.
I just think it's more reliable. It still has these crazy guns. You know. They're different than the other guns, and I tried putting the foam here because the same problem.
Yeah.
But the foam wears out, whatever. So, but I think we should try to get maybe 4 instead of 3.
But gameplay-wise, on par.
Yeah, I think. I mean, people seem to love it. They flock to this thing and they play it all the time. So
it's a cool cabinet.
Yeah. I think we should do it.
All right, so Daytona USA, 4-player linked.
Yeah, 4-player linked. This gets played a ton. I mean, I remember going to Dave & Buster's like a few years ago, and they still had these from back in the 90s.
Fun Spot did for a while too.
Yeah, they get people play them all the time.
Actually, yeah. After I opened the arcade, basically the Daytonas are what get hits first.
Yeah.
People come here, and two to 4 people will sit down first before anything else gets played.
I mean, being able to play head-to-head 4 people, have your own monitor, steering wheel, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So Area Site 4 is like Area 51 sequel, right?
Right. I think there was 3 of them, right? There was Max Force.
Oh, yeah.
Area 51, then Max Force, and Site 4. So I think this is maybe the 3rd.
I like Area 51.
Yeah.
We have one of those still, right?
We do.
Yeah.
I think.
Neo Geo.
For a while.
Big Red.
Yeah.
Love that cabinet. Got that in the basement. I will never get rid of that, ever.
You're running what in that? Puzzle Bobble, and what are your 4 games you have in your?
Bust a Move 2.
Yeah.
Baseball Stars 2.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Yeah.
1945.
Okay.
Strikers, yeah. And then, what is the 4th game? I don't remember.
Metal Slug?
No. It might be the King of Fighters. I don't remember.
One of the 3.
I don't think it is. It might be Mr. Do or something. I don't remember.
Okay.
But my wife plays Bust a Move 2.
Bust a Move, Puzzle Bobble.
All the time. Puzzle Bobble 2. WrestleMania.
And this is new. This was a Mortal Kombat conversion. Our friend Tim helped me convert this from. It was a Mortal Kombat that had already been converted to Blitz.
Okay.
We just threw WrestleMania in there. So this is fun. I didn't have a wrestling game in here. And people.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, people are like, oh, you get like WrestleMania or WWF Superstars. I'm like, all right. So I threw this in here, and it seems to get played a lot. So. Yeah.
It's cool. It has like the kind of
Mortal Kombat like
the raster photos of people as sprites.
Yeah.
So these are the big blue Capcoms,
right? Yeah.
Which are very desirable as far as like a dedicated Street Fighter cabinet, right?
They're big and they get all the room in the world, to,
right?
You know, kind of move around and.
So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is the one everyone likes.
Right. Yeah. So this is running the Naomi hardware, right? The whatever Sega, and people love this game. They play it all the time. And then this is running actually CPS 2, right? So
Yep.
This is the turbo version.
Right.
So,
And that board's expensive now.
Yeah, both of those boards are through the roof.
Yeah, I had that board and I got rid of it. I went back to the normal one.
Oh, you have the regular CPS 1?
Yeah.
Is it like champion?
Yeah, whatever my marquee says. That's at Amherst now.
Oh yeah, the Z-Back.
Yes. Yeah, the 3-comb. So Virtua Fighter 2, awesome kind of 3D.
I played that on Sega Saturn all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was definitely a big deal when it came out.
They had a Virtua Fighter 1, right? Or just Virtua Fighter?
That was for Genesis.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So I actually own that
arcade, yeah.
Sega Genesis disc still.
Oh.
Yeah, but they really low polygon 3D models with like no textures on them.
The best they could do back then, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so a lot of games, Jay.
Yeah, we're about halfway there.
All right, so here's some more fighting games. Killer Instinct, which is a rare game.
Yes.
And
Rare with Midway. Is that something? They all did it together or something like that? Nintendo?
Right, so Nintendo owned Rare at the time.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a Super Nintendo game.
Right.
And they probably licensed it to Midway.
In a Midway cabinet, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as Mortal Kombat style cabinet. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if does this get played?
Yeah. Just like all the other fighters, yeah.
All right, well, they all get played, I guess.
So Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 2.
It's bogged down with people.
Oh, I'm sure. Any like fist fights going on over here? A lot of ruffians.
You can't even walk through this line. Honestly, like there's so many people.
Yeah. Tekken tag, but they're all fighting each other.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
it like you worry this is too close for that much angst?
Maybe a little too much. Maybe I should space it out.
Tekken Tag, Tekken 3, Operation Wolf. I loved this game.
I don't know why it's in the fighter row. But
I liked that game a lot.
yeah, we
Dude,
just put this in.
when this game came out and they had a freaking Uzi on here, I lost my mind.
I played this a ton. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's got like the recoil on it.
I mean,
it's the optical.
Terminator had Uzi 9mm. Yeah.
All right, let's. Do you remember this? The sounds on it.
Yeah.
Like that?
I loved it. I played it a lot. And it had a
That's
recoil.
the recoil. Yeah. I think does that have speech or something? Yeah, it does. Like when you die or something.
And then you get like the grenade launcher, the mortar.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah, the screaming, the Wilhelm scream.
Yes, that's. Where's that grenade button over here?
Yeah, it was cool back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, so Timber. This is like Tapper's cousin.
Factory
Tapper's
conversion.
brother. Yeah.
Tapper cabinet. You can see the art underneath it.
Yeah, this was a game I really wanted at one point.
Chop, chop.
It's got the Tapper guys, the bartender dude.
Are there names? Do they have names?
I don't know.
Yeah, like the two brothers.
But these cabinets turn green.
Yeah, from the light, they fade.
Yeah.
They turn green. Yeah.
And then obviously Timber didn't have the brass and all that.
Right.
Space Invaders Deluxe. This one has what? A little more black-like color stuff going on or something?
Yeah, they have the filter, the rainbow filter.
Yeah.
You know, whereas the original Space Invaders only had like the one filter at the top is black and white. You know?
Right.
I like the backdrop on this a lot better and everything. It just really, it's a really cool looking 3D
Yeah, it pops.
effect. Yeah,
It's
much
totally
better than
cool.
the original, I think.
And then Burger Time, one of my favorites. I will never get rid of that
Still
game.
have yours, yeah?
Yeah, I won't get rid of it.
Yeah.
I just really like the game.
Cool cabinet, Peter Pepper.
Yeah.
You know.
My wife has been hounding me to pick one of these up.
You should get one. Yeah.
I will.
So Terminator 2.
This one, I'll tell you the one thing about this game that drives me nuts. People use this as a drink shelf.
When they're in this row.
Yeah, so they just put their drinks there, and then guess what they're doing? They're firing the guns, and then you know they.
Dude, these buttons are like sticky, right?
Yeah. So all the time, these buttons, everything just becomes like a big mess of drinks.
Right.
Every week I just hose it down to clean it.
Yeah. So
It's cool though.
It's a cool game.
So Final Fight, I don't really have any.
Dude, this
Nostalgia.
is my favorite Capcom game of all time.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Unbelievable.
I wasn't gonna put this in here. This popped up as like a pretty cheap deal on Craigslist, like $300. I grabbed it, and people were like, "Oh, cool, you got Final Fight?" Like,
Actually, the intro of every single video that I put out on YouTube, it starts off with that character
oh really?
in Final Fight inside the ring when there's like three of those like Andre the Giants all at once.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Every single video starts off with that for me. Final Fight.
Yeah. I love it. Double Dragon.
Yeah, I loved that game. NES. I mean, that was
Everybody
like.
played Double Dragon.
Yeah. And obviously Tron, still one of my favorite cabs.
Oh, it's happening. It's almost. So people tend to put their thumb right through this.
Already starting.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God,
this is
really?
This is like the third one I've.
Yeah.
This has a plastic film.
that is?
You didn't remove the
All right,
plastic
don't
film.
take it off because they'll.
Yeah.
Then maybe that'll save it.
It's only been in for like a month.
Yeah, they're gonna put their thumb right through this.
So yeah, I totally dig Tron. I love the MCR
Yeah,
stuff.
we joke as if like the light cycles can jump, press that button. It's like, I can't
Right
jump.
through it. You still have your Tron, right?
I do. I
can't stand this game.
I love that
I'm the only
game.
guy in the world that doesn't like Tron.
I gotta fix my bottom
So
black
this was
light.
new. I bought this one of those new repro ones.
Okay.
And you can see it's already starting to fade. Like, it's
Oh.
nice and red down on the end. It's turning orange over here, and it's all faded in the middle already. They don't last.
It's got like black light and there's like a white black light or blue or whatever.
This is a black light or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
The cabinet's the coolest part of the game.
So Golden T4 and Silver Strike separated.
Yeah, we were just talking about this,
Yep.
right? These get played a ton, so I just have two of them here, two separate ones, right? So,
I'd love to Dig Dug.
yeah.
That was a game I always wanted to get, and then like, it plays so perfect in my Miss Pac MAME, so I never did it.
What are the two? The Cabaret. You have a Miss. What do you have upstairs?
Centipede.
Cabaret, and then next to that's your Miss Pac MAME, or what is?
Yeah, full size Miss Pac.
Oh, it is.
Not Cabaret. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a fun game.
Oh, so what do you use that to like test games out to see if you want to buy them around or something?
No, I just use it as a MAME cab.
Just MAME.
Yeah.
Kind of a catch-all. It's cool.
And then obviously, also one of my favorite games ever made.
Oh, somebody got a really high score. This is new.
That's a legit score.
Hog is somebody new, right?
That's a good
Hog
score.
and Ham. I don't know. Do you know who this was?
No.
Hog and Ham.
That's a very good score.
That is a pretty good score. I wonder.
The 60,000 is me. I'm not very good at this game.
So, by the way, I don't know if you saw this on the bottom. Press button will start. This is running a new, just released, free play ROM version because,
Really?
as you probably know, trying to get free play to work on pole position has been like impossible for years. So many people have tried it, and it would always crash. They do it in MAME, and then they put it in the game, and it just wouldn't work. So there's a guy on Clav that recently got it to work, and that's what this is running.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I used to have this start button over here,
Yeah.
and then like people would just hit this 10 times, and then it would have 10 credits on it. But now you hit the pedal, and it actually works, and so.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's one of the few games in my basement that uses quarters.
Okay.
There's a perfect quarter shelf right here.
Oh, yeah.
I actually kind of like the tactile.
Yeah.
But that's pretty awesome that someone did that finally.
And it's pole position 1 and 2. They released them for both, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Discs of Tron.
Yeah. I like this better than Tron.
I do not.
You like the original Tron better?
I really do.
Yeah. No, I like this one better. I don't know why.
I mean, the cabinet's more elite.
Yeah, it is. Cool side art. Right?
Yeah.
I think the game is cool. The guy laughs at you and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. The lenticular marquee.
Yeah.
Similar blacklight effects. This has a what do you call it?
Half silver mirror or.
Oh yeah, the translite in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. These collect a lot of dust. I mean, you've talked about this in your videos before, but
Yeah.
a lot of dust gets trapped in there.
Yes.
And I can see it right now. Like you have to clean not only just the monitor, but you have to take that whole, like you're saying, the translite.
Yes.
It's like a 3D effect back there. You're gonna take that all apart. You're gonna clean all of that.
Yeah.
It looks so much better when it's clean. And I'm looking at it now and I'm like, man, I really need to clean that. So, but when it is cleaned properly, it looks amazing. So.
Yep. Yeah, I've been in my basement. I'm like, man, my Mario Brothers looks like horrible. The monitor is like dim.
Dim and dull.
And it was Windex in 5 minutes. It looked like a brand new game.
Brand new. I know.
So Pepper 2, I never really got into that game.
You don't have any XD games? You have any XD?
No, I don't. I never really gravitated towards them. It's a super rare game, though.
It is, yeah.
I like that looping game. Is that actually?
No, I don't think so. Is it looping? No, they made like Targ and Spectre and Venture.
Oh, Venture, that's right.
Venture, maybe that's.
And they always had like these oversized joysticks.
Yeah, they're always weird. Like,
Yeah.
My buddy Matt loves this game.
Yeah, this is a fun game. Very competitive, I guess. There's people that come in here and put high scores on it, try to outdo each other all the time. But, it's like one of those puzzle games. But there's patterns and stuff. If you know what you're
Right.
doing, you can get some pretty high scores.
All right. Spy Hunter, I freaking love that game.
Somebody just told me the other day that my gas pedal is not working. So they're like, yeah, your Spy Hunter gas pedal doesn't work. So that's it. It doesn't feel right. It feels like something's wrong.
I added to the list. Yep.
Yeah. It is not. There you go.
I added to the list.
So that potentiometer is known to kind of like.
Right.
Actually, you already adjusted that a while ago.
Yeah, it feels off. So I'm gonna have to fix this tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's time.
It was such an elite game, though. It was like James Bond. You drive into a truck and you get weapons. And
I always try to get all the lights to light up for all the different weapons.
Yeah.
And then the second I always get like the last.
You crash?
Yeah, I crash. I lose everything. Always.
Smash TV, I really do like that game.
Yeah.
So that's Eugene Jarvis, right? It's kind of a Robotron as a game show.
Yeah, this is the 19-inch version of the cabinet. So this is the rare, hard-to-find version of the of the cabinet because most of them are the 25-inch.
Yeah.
Big like Mortal Kombat style cabinets. This is the 19-inch version.
You ever seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Running Man?
Yeah.
That's basically Running Man, the video game.
Yep. So Tetris, I'm a very big fan of this board. My wife was actually asking me why we can't play that anymore.
Why? What happened to it?
I used to have the switcher in the Street Fighter.
Oh, okay.
So I'm probably gonna put it in the Mortal Kombat.
Okay, you should. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have the switcher, just throw it. I mean, you never play fine.
I still have the switcher, yeah. And the board. But this is the best arcade version of Tetris, in my opinion.
The Atari version. Yeah.
I have the Nintendo Versus one.
No, not as good.
No.
Isn't there another one too? Is there another Tetris? What's
the Tengen one? Or,
oh, yeah. That's
I think that's kind of what the Versus was. Yeah, and I think that's the one that's on the Versus.
Oh, is that the one?
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But this version is fantastic.
Yeah, this is the one again.
Demolition Derby. This was a game that everybody was into. They wanted the 4-player.
The 4-player, yeah.
I never got it.
Yeah, neither did I. I don't know. It's okay. They just crash into each other over and over.
Yeah, it's MCR.
Right. Big sprites, big everything. And then Tapper, right?
Yeah,
so,
which I love.
Yeah.
Love Tapper.
I tell you, it's fun.
What?
This game used to look a lot nicer before I brought it here. I mean,
really?
You can see all the beer swill.
Oh, man.
You know, these are all worn out now. These are all like, the Bud stickers are all worn out. Like, even the taps are all like,
right.
You know,
I actually polished the brass at the bottom.
Yeah, that lasted like
right
a day.
there, and so 2 weeks later, just looked like that.
Like, this is all worn out for people putting their hands here. You know, like this game.
But this is like a die-cast piece with like a brass paint on it, right?
Right.
But that is real brass.
That is real brass.
Yeah.
I actually got like brass polish and everything on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little brasso.
Yeah. So these games need a little help. They're tired, but they get played a lot. So that's a good.
Yeah. Great game though. All right, Jay. I see some Century games over here we missed.
Circus Charlie.
That was the game I wanted for a while.
Yeah.
I like these cabinets a lot. I like the games too.
This has that Monroe, but it's
it
like
does.
A two-way Monroe. It doesn't go up and down. It's just left and right.
Yep. And this is a game that also plays very well on my
What did you play it on? Did you play this? Did they have this on a console anywhere, or is this only like the arcade? Like this never got ported to anything else?
I feel like I had it for my Atari 800, but maybe that's a weird memory.
Okay.
That's not right. I don't know.
I remember playing this as a kid.
I remember playing it when I was a kid somewhere.
Okay, but it was the arcade version you
I think.
Yeah. Cool cabinet. I like the artwork on the side, you know.
Yeah. In New Hampshire?
I did. This came from Sarah when Pinball Wizard.
Yeah, we've done a video there. Yep.
So, yeah, people love this.
So Gyrus, also like that game. I had that game.
I love the sounds on Gyrus.
Yeah, it's
Beethoven, right?
it is yeah, some classical music, which was smart, no licensing, but familiar.
Right.
Yeah, I totally dig Gyrus.
And then the one that gets played out of all of them, though, obviously.
Yeah, so I got rid of mine. I don't. Who took that?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Sold it to me.
I don't remember.
Oh, God. That was like 3 months ago.
It was? It was not. No, it's like a year ago.
Was it that long? This whole COVID thing just
I know.
messed with me. Cool game. But so, you know what's funny is this was a brand new overlay when I brought this game here 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And eventually I started to get a little wear mark here.
Yep.
They have worn through. When you're done playing, Mitch, let me know. Thank you. They have worn through this overlay. But literally, look at it. It's right down to the metal.
Oh my God.
This was brand new. This was brand new. Yeah, this side now they're doing it too. But this was like a little wear mark, and now it's gone into like this. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's how much this game gets played.
Yeah.
It's missing a whole layer.
Yeah. Anyway, this one out of all of them gets played.
So where is my track and field?
It's in the warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So it eventually will go to, I don't know. Maybe we'll bring it to.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through the pins real fast. You got a nice lineup back here. So how many pins total in the building? 20. Okay.
Here, yeah. So Doctor Who, kind of like a B, C list, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I never got into Doctor Who. Like the TV show. It seemed weird.
Neither did I. I never got into it. Never.
It's too British. I don't know.
So there's the color DMD on the NBA pack.
Yeah, I know. I need to get it.
You need to get that.
And I need to LED my game.
And you need to LED your.
And I need to shop my game.
Yeah. I will keep reminding you.
Yeah, your game looks great.
Yeah, the LEDs and the color DMD really make this game pop. So you should do it.
They make every game pop.
Yep.
It only takes a couple hours, man. We can do it.
Yeah, so Star Trek, Steve Ritchie, everyone likes that game. I don't like Star Trek.
It's another maintenance hog.
Is it?
Oh god.
With these guns and
Breaks
stuff?
all the time, John.
Yeah.
There's so many optical switches in this.
Oh
game.
yeah.
These things, the turns break all the time. But the thing that breaks the most as of late, underneath there's like this whole complex subway system, right, where the ball travels underneath.
Oh.
And there's all these diverters.
Habit trails. And
and like what happens is the diverters are like solenoids that kick, pull in and out and to divert the ball, and it just breaks. It's constantly breaking. So anyway, this game might be on its way out next.
Really?
It's just too much maintenance.
There's a lot going on. It's a wide body too.
Yeah. It's just very complex, but there's a lot of Trekkies that come here.
100%.
They're like, when Star Trek, when are you going to bring that back? It's not working. I'm like, yeah, I know.
So 2 guys that specifically come here every Friday just to play Star Trek, and they'll play for 4 hours straight, and then go.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Every Friday. Yeah.
So Dr. Dude is a game I don't know a lot about. It's a game I used to always see for sale.
It's like Nordman, guy who did Elvira, Get Stiff, all that.
Yeah, Pirates. Whitewater.
It's got some cool sound effects and cool call-outs in this game. Like, if nothing else at all. Like
What? I don't get it though. What is happening? Is he a doctor?
He's going from being like a nerd, to like being.
And now he's a doctor.
Now he's like
Now
the
he's
dude.
the dude. He's the dude. Yeah.
So it's like a weird science or something kind of thing, or
it's one of the only Bally like games that I have of this kind of era that I have here. Most of the games I have are Williams.
It's brutally hard. Like,
Is it
satisfying when you do well?
And, this is the same. Is my Radical
yes,
the same exact?
Same hardware, same speaker box on the top, same hardware and everything like that. So anyway,
Black Knight 2000.
You had the original Black Knight.
I did,
like second, right? But not 2000.
No, my friend Riggy had 2000. I used to play it at his house all the time.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool. It's got those weird music on this game.
I'm not a fan of the artwork package though. It's like they just like went crazy with like the pinstripes and it's not. There's really no artwork.
No.
You know.
A lot of lightning bolts.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
But it was a big deal though, right? Because of the
double play field,
which the first game introduced.
Yeah.
And he just kind of went nuts with that.
Black Knight, the first one.
Yeah, Black Knight. I mean, it's definitely an iconic classic, So Bad Cats to me is kind of what I lump in with Dr. Dude. It seems like that's like the same people like both of those.
Yeah, kind of an odd Williams type.
But people like Bad Cats though, and this is a Python Angelo game, isn't it?
Yeah, and
I think he just did the artwork.
You don't see these too often. These Bad Cats.
I think it's an Elsler actually.
It's Barry Elsler.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like he did Pinball, he did Fire, Barry Elsler.
It's got that cool 3D effect in the back there. It's like, and that
actually, Elsler did Doctor Who as well.
Yeah, I think that was Python's idea. I heard an interview with him. Like, see right there, Pinball Python.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did all the art. Yeah.
And there you go. Is that his head over there on the snake?
Yeah. Yeah. And the kind of sexy housewife.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like in Taxi, same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is weird. It's only a one-ball game. There's no multi-ball or anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but it's fun. It's got a lot of cool sound effects.
The rules are weird. It actually pretty much forces you to hit the same shot at least 4 times in a row because every single thing has like a timer on it. So every shot is a hurry up. You have to hit the center shot 4 times. Same thing with this long shot here, and it goes all the way up to like millions. And if you miss once, it times out. The rules are really weird. So rather than
I should give it a try sometime.
Same thing over
Check out the artwork on the side too. I don't know if you can catch all. It's like a dog with all cats, and the cats have like these
Williams
eyeballs.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then Earthshaker, another Pat Lawler game.
Yep.
It's kind of the brother to Whirlwind, really.
You don't have your Whirlwind anymore, though.
No, I really like Whirlwind too.
Yeah. Was that the one with the thing on the top where it says the storm is coming?
Yeah.
Blows the air down on you.
I think this is my favorite Lawler game, actually.
Earthshaker,
yeah. I love it.
I just like the artwork package, like on Whirlwind, better.
Yeah.
It had the John Yowsey art, who did like Addams Family and all that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This game seemed like a simpler version of Whirlwind to me, but I'm probably wrong. It's cool though.
It's different because in Whirlwind, when you go to this ramp shot, it's actually the raisable ramp.
Right.
And it goes underneath and pops it out. Kind of like Getaway, actually.
Yeah.
In that way. So it's kind of different.
All right, so Taxi, more Python stuff
here. This is probably my favorite System 11 ever. Mark Ritchie did this one.
Steve Ritchie's brother, right?
Yeah, Mark Ritchie and Python, software by Ed Boon.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's the Maryland version,
Right, which I
and
don't
they got in
care.
trouble with,
Right.
because the girl back there looked too much like Marilyn Monroe.
Around here.
And these kind of like grotesque people, Gorbachev and stuff. It's funny.
And there's the little pinball guy in the back. Right?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Yeah. And that is supposedly the face of Python, right?
Yes,
In the rear
yeah.
view there. It's-
Yep.
Looks like the snake over there, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game, dude. This is like just flow for
Classic
days,
Williams.
man.
Yeah. Is that you? MM? Is that your initials?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Pinbot, more Python.
Yep. This left for a little while, and then a lot of people ask me where it went. You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those games people remember.
Yeah, Barry Ellsworth as well. Which is why his other game, Doctor Who, is so similar to Pinbot, right? Because Doctor Who has basically the Pinbot center with double layer.
Yep. Same thing, right?
Yeah, same guy.
A lot of reuse on these spins.
Right, and there's also the Bride of Pinbot.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's also Jackpot too.
Oh yeah, that's like a card.
Yeah. That has DMV on it.
Gorgar, this game was evil. Like this is like sacrifices. I don't know what's happening back there.
I know.
There's a sequel to this called Algar, I think.
Really? I
Very
didn't know that.
rare, hard to find.
Are you joking?
I'm serious.
Elgar?
Algar, right? After Gorgar,
That his
there was
brother?
Algar, maybe.
He's Gore.
He's Gorgar and Algar.
Speaking of Mark Ritchie, Firepower 2. So Steve Ritchie did Firepower 1.
Yep.
And his brother Mark Ritchie made the whitewood for Firepower 1 for him to help him out. That was the first thing he ever did at Williams. He made the whitewood. And then he ended up taking over Firepower 2. And Steve just gave it to him.
Is it a good game? I don't think I ever played
It's
that.
an amazing game. It has this ramp right here,
Yeah.
which you can actually backhand with the left flipper as it comes out. If you time it, you can make a loop out of it.
It's not that good.
I didn't think it was.
It's actually, it's going to be leaving here. It's always staying because Mitch
think it's
asked me
cool
to
game.
keep
You'll
it.
lock
Yeah.
over
It's
here.
leaving. Along with Jungle
So you
Hunt.
lock over here, and you have to hit that center shot in there to release it. But technically,
And then Hyperball.
All right, this is
Going
the
around the
game
corner,
that's
you know.
actually pretty cool. So
It says gazillion balls.
yeah, this thing.
Play
is
that. I wanna
crazy.
see it.
All right, you ready?
I am.
It's loud, so here we go. Ready? So it loads all these balls up.
Yep, and they're little balls.
And they're little tiny, like.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. So you want to do what it says there, spell, right? So you want to spell like so it's a hit G, right? So you got to find G.
yeah, G is for bonus points. You want to spell Ray.
So Ray, you got to find the R. The R is up there, and then you're gonna go to the A over there, and then the Y.
You
over
made
there.
this, John?
I thought Steve Ritchie did.
Correct. Ritchie.
Now this is an educational game, spelling game.
Yes, spelling. Exactly. But yeah,
They should have put these in schools. They screwed up.
that would have been a great idea, right?
I listened to an interview with Steve. What he said was is that after Eugene moved over, started making games, he wanted to make games. Williams
Yeah.
said no.
So spell
he
alien,
made this
right?
Yeah.
as his next game after Black Knight. Imagine? And he basically said he wanted to make a pinball version of Space Invaders.
Right.
They move left to right and they shoot down at you.
But an educational spelling version.
Apparently. And somebody last year asked him to make Hyperball 2 for sure. He said, no way, never. Yeah, there's like a
This
button
one
in
here
there.
is like a kill all, you know, it's gonna hit that and it blows everything up. Yeah, so I don't know, I didn't explain the game, but basically there's these aliens, these lightning bolts, again, lightning bolts come down from the different letters, right? And while you're spelling like alien, now watch, he's gonna come down here. You're trying to, before the lightning bolt comes and kills you, you're trying to shoot whatever letter it is.
I see.
And then if you can't get it in time, you kind of hit this button and it knocks everything
There's
out.
also a bonus round if you get to level 4.
Yes, this is
Cool.
a hard game.
Is it?
Hard.
Yeah, super.
Now, how has it been like maintenance-wise?
Very easy.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing really to maintain. The only thing is
Just
switches. So
switches.
all these letters have.
Is this a solenoid that's kicking
yes,
that?
it's a giant coil.
It's just a kicker
and it
that's-
just kicks the balls out like crazy.
Has a fan
and
on
I don't know if you can hear, but there's a fan keeping it cool because it just gets crazy hot.
right.
It's constantly
Interesting.
shooting. And I'm actually missing probably like half the balls that are supposed to go in here. Mm-hmm. Like this whole, you can see down here is like this whole trail. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be full of balls.
That trough is.
Yeah, the whole trough. That way you're never like behind when you're shooting
Right.
them out. So it's a really fun, interesting game.
It's neat.
And you never see them, by the way. They're never like on location.
That's awesome.
Very uncommon, yeah.
So Altered Beast, that was a Genesis launch title.
Yeah, big deal. Cut corner dynamo, conversion, whatever. But this gets played a lot. People ask for it.
Yeah, I remember mostly playing that game like at Kmart.
Oh, really? They had one of those?
They had a Genesis set up.
Oh, really? Yeah. Like a Genesis kiosk, or they had the actual?
No, they had the Genesis like on the counter on a TV.
Okay.
Like when it first came out.
Yeah. To get you to buy one.
Yeah. Centipede. What can you say about that? It's about as classic as you get.
It gets worn so much that you just
my God.
cut this and put a sticker here.
Did you use a compass?
Yeah, I know. It looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
Before me, but yeah. It gets played
So Clax, boy, I've played this game. I don't really know a lot about it.
90s, John.
There was, I remember now. We were in a warehouse and they had a Clax Cabaret
Oh, cool.
that I wanted. It was like a conversion or something.
All right.
Maybe it was dedicated and I really wanted
they
it.
had a dedicated Clax Cabaret.
Yeah, and I someone else got it there before me and had their name on it or something, so I didn't get it.
Okay.
Nobody plays this cabinet.
Yeah, this cabinet's gonna be.
Is it a good puzzle game?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
I see girls playing it every now and then, but most of the time it just sits there. So it's probably gonna go. And this is a dedicated cabinet, so it's kind of sad.
Huh.
We'll get rid of it.
So we're gonna trade Crazy Climber?
Well, Crazy Climber's leaving too.
Oh.
And maybe Jungle Hunt.
No, my Crazy Climber.
Oh, for Clax?
Kidding.
Yeah, I think that's a fair deal. I'll take it.
Wave.
Yeah, it even talks to you. How about that? And it's got these Atari logo joysticks. I mean,
Yeah. So what do you do here?
When you press down,
yeah, you're gonna drop like the
and
same
you press
colors.
up to throw it back up to make room.
Yeah, so you wanna put like.
Oh, I get
organize the
it.
colors.
I get it. So
It's
I
kinda
want to
Dr.
throw
Mario,
yellow back.
Yeah,
put
red on top of red, and then red on top.
Yeah, it's like Dr. Mario
All right.
pills.
You're good.
All right. So
4-player.
so Blitz 2000.
Yep.
That's a cool game.
Blitz 99, I upgraded to 2000 with the compact flash.
Gotcha.
So this gets played a ton, and all these 4 players get played a ton.
Yep.
This is like the evil stepchild, this Spider-Man Sega version of the 4-player. It looks like Konami, but it's not. Sega made this 4-player Spider-Man game.
But it's like a turtle type game.
Yeah, it's very similar to all the other Konami games.
Yep. Sunset Riders, a Konami beat 'em up.
This is a conversion. It had a Konami cabinet that was just kind of sitting around doing nothing. So my friend
Never seen these in location.
Yeah. No, not a Sunset Riders.
And so this was a restore or
Restore, yeah. I bought the artwork from
looks good.
Joe Zabo or something. Put it all together.
Turtles.
Original Turtles. This one, John, used to be in Westfield. Remember we had it?
Yeah.
And somebody put a quarter down here, and they actually ripped the plexiglass.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So this one was there a long time ago.
Yeah, someone dropped a quarter down here, and it was just sitting there for weeks.
Remember?
For weeks.
And then somebody like broke it apart.
And eventually it just drove someone mad, and they had to get it. Simpsons, we had that in Amherst.
Yep, we did. That's right.
I like Simpsons. Dungeons and Dragons, I don't really know much about that one.
CPS2
Yeah.
hardware.
It's an epic game. It actually gives you paths. You can choose to go to town or go to the mountains. All sorts of different things. A store. You can buy things.
Does it remind me of Golden Axe a little bit or something?
Way better than Golden Axe.
It looks cool. Has like some RPG elements.
Right.
Yeah, and you can choose your own path. There's a map.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey, I like that game.
Yeah, I had the
Nintendo
Open Ice.
64 I had that
I had
on.
the Open Ice version, 4-player of hockey, but it's like a 2-on-2, and I just think this one is better because it's 4-player, kinda.
Yeah, this cartridge is in my Nintendo 64 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So it's a good game,
I
man.
had that for my 64 as well.
That NBA Jam, that's one I'm kind of surprised I never got, but I loved that game on.
We have this in Westfield, right? NBA Jam. We're thinking of getting rid of it, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then over here, Paperboy, you have the mushroom grips, green ones.
You have Paperboy. Is your Paperboy? I won't even go there yet.
No,
Sorry.
James.
Let's not talk about it.
Nothing's happened since you've been there last.
Going next.
Return of the Jedi, do not like that game. That's like the raster.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back, but they kept dying, so I'm like, I'll just put Return of the Jedi here because it'll run and won't die. So.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it gets played a little bit. Maybe
Asteroids, I mean, this is one of my earliest video game memories. I love that game. I had Asteroids Deluxe.
Atari's most successful game ever. Sold 50,000 of them.
I like Asteroids Deluxe better, I think.
Deluxe?
The cabinet.
Oh, yeah, with the black light.
Yeah.
So Golden Axe, never really got into that.
So this was a Missile Command, you can see it here on purpose, converted to Golden Axe. Did they make a 3-player sequel to this or something? Is that the Death Adder one or something like that?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
This was popular with Sega Genesis, right? This came out with Ultra Beast. This was the game to have, right? So.
And then Missile Command, I had one of these. I do like the game.
Right.
You ever seen the alternate translate somebody made where they put like Reagan on there?
No.
I've seen that.
That's funny.
And then Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest.
So this is running Scott's Vector FPGA, which
okay. Oh, so we're gonna actually talk to Scott right now, right?
Scott's,
so we've actually done the whole arcade, right, Jay? We've seen everything.
I think so, John. I think we got everything.
All right, so we're gonna talk to Scott about his
Vector FPGA.
Vector FPGA, which is in here, and he gave me one last time, and we're probably gonna put that in my Major Havoc.
That sounds great.
When you come over next.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, let's go talk to Scott.
All right, great. Hey, John, we're back.
All right, Jay. The arcade's off, by the way.
Yeah. We took everything, shut it all down.
But Scott's here.
We're back with Scott.
So we did a video with you, Scott, here like 2 years ago? How long ago?
At least 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2000.
Maybe even 3.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost 4 now.
4 years.
Yeah, after this place opened.
Correct.
Right?
Shortly after
And
opening.
Scott, you showed us your Tempest FPGA board.
Right.
Which this is running.
And and so Scott brought that 3.5 years ago.
Right.
It's been running rock solid in this Tempest cabinet for over 3 years now.
Is that right?
I'm serious. Like people play this game and it just has not stopped. The board has never stopped. It's never resetted. Nothing like that. So it is rock solid.
Okay, and we'll kind of look at the board here. And Scott, you did a bang up job on this, and we're going to talk about in a second your new thing that you're going to unveil right now in this video.
Right.
No one knows this exists.
You're the first.
All right.
World premiere.
But let's kind of review what you did for Tempest. So you have this kind of adapter board with an FPGA on there that you programmed.
Right.
And this interface with a Tempest cabinet.
Right. For the standard Tempest harness.
Right, and it allows you to play Tempest, Major Havoc, and Omega Race with a Tempest harness.
Yep.
Right, so in my Major Havoc, which has the Tempest harness, we're gonna plug this in when Jay comes over, and I'll get those 3 games, right?
That's right. Yeah.
But I'll have a horizontal monitor, so I have a little different experience, right?
Yeah.
Because this has a vertical monitor, obviously Tempest wants to be on a vertical monitor, and this will also run Major Havoc if we press these.
So you press them and hold it,
And Jay, can your customers do this?
I don't think any of them know about it, but they could if they knew. Like, so if somebody's watching this video and they come to Freeplay, they're like, "Oh, I know how to change games." They
could do that.
Yes, correct.
And now, obviously, this is Omega Race,
correct,
formatted to fit the vertical monitor, right? And Jay, you'd have to kind of go in here and tweak. Right. It actually doesn't look that bad, though.
No, I think it looks great, honestly.
And then Major Havoc.
Major Havoc doesn't quite fit because when you run Major Havoc on a vertical monitor, you have to kind of make it a little bit narrow to make it fit.
Right.
But then Tempest looks a little too narrow, but mainly runs this as a Tempest, a very reliable Tempest.
Right.
So it's adjusted kind of for Tempest. But
gotcha.
If you shrink it a little bit, it's not too bad.
Right. And then so like a homeowner, obviously, it would be great to be able to switch between the games. In an arcade, it's there. They just don't know it.
They just don't know it.
Exactly.
We'll keep it down.
And so there is a setting in the menu if you just wanted to play only one game. Like if it was a conversion cabinet, you could set it to always come up in Major Havoc.
Right.
And only play Major Havoc.
Gotcha.
Even if you did the buttons. But right now we just had it set, this is just the standard the way it ships.
Okay. And so you've had this out for a few years now and you've sold a bunch and it's been successful.
Yeah.
People can buy this, you have a website or?
Well, it's going to be, it's, most people bought it through Cloud. That's where I sold it. And I'll have a website that John can post on his.
Yeah, I'll post the link in the description.
Yeah.
All right, so again, we talked about this before a few years ago. We're just kind of reviewing.
Right.
And now you have the next evolution of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting.
Yeah. About time, though. 3.5 years is a long time.
So you've been working on this new one for 3.5 years?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
You know, but I had a nice spurt of energy through, let's say November, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I did lay out the board in about a week, and then I had built in a couple weeks, and kind of got running after that. So it's been a few months.
Okay, so here's the new board. Now,
Same configuration.
Yep.
So we have the same FPGA board, but a different interface board that's now connecting to a space dual harness.
Right.
And then I added this little extender because the box I get actually would fit this board very easily. And so this is a little extender to make it fit in the slot
right.
here, which is...
And so what's special about this board, besides it working in a space dual, is the new games.
Right, the new game.
Whereas on the Tempest / Major Havoc conversion cabinets, you'd have 3 games.
Right.
And now we have how many games?
Well, we're going to show you 7.
7 games.
7, but it's really only 6. And that's if you were to add a spinner to your standard space dual cabinet.
Okay.
You know, if you want to add a spinner, then you could get all the games. So just right now, just because this is the first prototype or whatever, it's booting up in Tempest.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a horizontal now, so I mean.
Yes. So in my Major Havoc cabinet,
You have a horizontal
Tempest would
monitor.
look like this.
Correct. Which I think looks great.
It looks
by the way.
perfectly
Well,
fine.
and the other thing that is happening
Yeah.
is because I have hardware clipping to protect your monitor, when it draws out to the edge, it still clips right about here, even though there's more screen to draw.
Right.
That makes sense. So that'll come up in a second.
And that is easier
Yeah.
on the transistors and things? Is that what?
Yeah. And so even though we're a wider screen, it's not going to go out to this
It's not
edge.
drawing all the way to the edge.
Yeah, It's not
Right.
going to draw the edge of the screen here.
So when it zooms in,
You'll see it in a second, yeah. But I got to tell you, it looks phenomenal on a horizontal monitor.
Yeah.
It looks
it truly does. Nothing's.
goes.
There it goes. Oh,
It's sucked
Maybe the
in.
next sucked in instead of blew out,
but
yeah.
it would have clipped to this edge here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, and then because it's the same, and what I try to do is keep the same software base across both of the games, so I don't have to write it twice, or don't have to port them twice. So anything that runs in one will run in the other. The disadvantage is, so you could take the image that we're running now in the Space Duel and run in the Tempest, and it would load Space Duel. You just wouldn't have the buttons to play it.
Right.
So, but it would load it.
So, okay, and this is kind of a hodgepodge cabinet. I mean, not.
What are you trying to say about my
This is the
cabinet?
cabinet
Don?
to have because it has all
Right.
the buttons.
What I was saying, it's a Space Duel
It's a
cabinet
Space Duel that-
without the Space Duel control panels.
Correct,
I'm getting
correct.
at.
Which is right there, right?
Which
So
is what I have. My Tempest
Yeah.
also has this.
you're running the Major Havoc in your Tempest.
So it's
conversion,
really
right?
more about the harness than the controls.
Correct.
Right.
Is that
Plug and
correct?
play. Yep.
So
Yeah.
if you add a spinner to this, then you can play all of these games,
Right.
which is what I have.
But the board recognizes that there's a spinner here, a roller, right?
in this mode, we're telling it it's a Major Havoc conversion.
Yes.
Okay.
So it uses that in the
You are.
mode when you use it with the spinner out here. It's different connections.
Okay.
So you use a different harness. That's
Right.
the 60-in-1 trackball harness. You
Right,
add
right.
that, and instead of right now in this one, this trackball is wired into the special harness for this control panel, which is wired into the Space Duel harness.
Okay.
In the case when you want to add a spinner, you use a 60-in-1 trackball cable, and you feed it onto this connector.
There's a header on your board.
Right there. That little white connector is the 60-in-1 trackball.
I get it. Okay.
And that's how you would feed it in if you wanted to add this extra spinner.
Okay. So if you had this set up, a Space Duel with the roller, the board right now is going to behave that way.
Yeah. So we won't be able to play it, for example. We'll be able to show Space Duel, but we won't be able to play it
Right.
until we switch the
But if we switch the control panel out, then we can play Space Duel.
And that's plug and play. There's no additional setting
Nope.
to say, oh, this is here now.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you press these 2 buttons, and now we go to the next game.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Worried about pushing.
There you go. So this is
Nice.
Mega Race, just like
Which you
before,
saw
right?
before, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Total Mega Race.
And totally playable with that, with the roller.
Yep. So if we just start it. Ooh. Uh-oh.
So my monitor just. I
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
think my monitor just let go.
Uh-oh. So by the way, this game was in storage for a couple years, and it just collapsed.
I think I just lost half my monitor. So, but let's just see. Let's just make sure. We still have half the monitor. Let's see. No, it may not be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It may just be the wiring. Can you wiggle it?
Tell me if any of them change. Nothing.
No, it's collapsed still. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, I can steal a monitor out of my Tempest cocktail or something. Let's see. Because I want to say, Scott, did this do this problem before on this game? Remember? Didn't you guys?
We worked on one. Oh, we worked on this game. Yeah. This was.
I thought it was just the connectors.
Yeah, or the wire.
Was it the wire or the transistor?
Did you do the wiggle like where you kind of do this one?
I think. Do you know which transistor that is?
I think it was the side.
Right. And Jay, this game was in storage, so
yeah, this has been in storage for years.
Oh, I hate that collapse. I mean.
All right. Well, we'll try it one more time. Just reseated everything. Let's try. I was like, whoops, we just lost half the monitor.
All right, what's going to happen here? And we still have it.
No. Doggone.
All right, what's the plan?
All right, well, here's what we can do. I can swap a monitor or something else.
Okay.
Another vector monitor. So, or if you think it's just the deflection board or the deflection
I think just
transistor.
swap the monitor.
Swap the monitor? Okay.
Because we're guessing. We don't know.
All right, we're going to grab another 6100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be back. All right, Jay.
All right, John.
How we doing?
We sold the Tempest monitor. We're doing a vector transplant in real time. You and I were just saying how we hate ripping apart
working games.
But in this, for the sacrifice of the vector community, we'll do what it takes.
What a bummer.
It happens. I mean, anybody who runs a vector game knows that.
You don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to sneeze on it. So.
I know. That Tempest, man, that was...
I was just saying how reliable that Tempest is.
Well, my Tempest was... I hated that thing.
That game's rock solid.
All right, so this is live as it happens here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, luckily there's not a lot of connectors with the vector.
Yeah.
Again.
This is unplugged, right? Everything is unplugged? Okay. All right. We gonna work, Scott?
I hope.
All right,
This is high.
here we go. This is, Scott.
Yeah, I'm letting you guys down.
Here we go.
Let's see what happens. We have no idea what's going to
Blinking.
happen. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Spot killer's off.
Warming up.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Back in action.
All right.
Oh, wait, now watch for the collapse. Go ahead and turn off the light. There it goes. Oh, it still clips. Yeah, I guess it clips still at the edge, so
Yeah.
can't quite.
Okay, we're back in action.
Okay. Now you always adjust.
Okay, so this is Omega Race.
Yeah. It's probably my
Major Havoc.
Now, here we go. The next one is
Space Duel.
All right, so we have Space Duel now. This is a new one.
Yep.
Now, obviously, can't play it with that.
these buttons might do something. So I can fire, but that's all I can do. It just happens at this.
But if you had the Space Duel control panel, you could play it, obviously.
Yep.
And if you had a spinner, you could play Major Havoc and Tempest and...
Yep. So now the
Omega
next
Race.
game, of course, is
I'm gonna mess with the brightness a little bit. So just
This is Gravatar.
yep.
And obviously you could play Gravatar with the Space Duel control panel.
Yep.
Man, I missed that game.
I love the sounds.
I know.
Okay, now moving on to the
It
next.
is a hard game.
Yeah.
Very hard. Very hard game. All right. So what's after this, Scott?
And now Black Widow, which you can't play at all.
Right, you need two joysticks.
Two joysticks, but if you were to put on that, if you had that control panel and you connected it up, you could play that game.
Right.
So, okay.
And they made a Black Widow control panel that would fit Space Duel. Right?
Well, yeah, it's the
And
same
Gravatar
cabinet.
and-
Black Widow,
yeah.
Gravatar, Space Duel, all the same cabinet.
Yeah.
So
But if you had that factory control panel, you
Yeah,
could
you can-
play that.
And if you had the Vector main panel, which had 5 sets and 5 sets,
Right.
plus a spinner and 2 joysticks, you could play it all in one control panel.
Right.
I
Right.
think Hickman's going to redo that.
Is he
right?
doing another run?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Okay.
Because of the DVG.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I think they're doing another run of that. So then you could have a control panel that has everything, and they'll probably do a matching graphic to go with it.
Right.
You know, has
All right,
and we should stress too, this is not emulation.
No.
Right.
This is FPGA.
Game. This isn't on a Raspberry Pi or something like that. This is FPGA, real hardware
Right.
running.
Right.
The sounds sound the same. Everything looks the same. It's just the quality is there. It's not running too slow or too fast like some of the emulation stuff or some of the MAME stuff that you see. It just doesn't look right. This is like, you know,
Yeah,
the real
and
thing.
so like, you know, people that come to free play don't notice that we've been running FPGA.
No.
Right.
I have no idea. They don't complain because it's a quality game. It feels exactly the way it
Right.
felt. You know,
It is in theory the same hardware.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
It's
running
just on
newer,
yeah.
logic, but it's the same gates and the same equations that they used
Right.
are running in the hardware.
And arguably more reliable than the original hardware. I mean, look at the original Tempest hardware and how often those, DACs would fail in the output section of the vector, stage, and that doesn't happen here, right? You're using the same logic, but you're not using the technology from the 1970s and 80s in terms of, what was available then versus what's available now. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's much more reliable.
Okay, so there's one more game.
Well, let's talk about everything we've gone through.
Yes, exactly. Thank you,
we
Jay.
started off with Tempest, right? The original Tempest
Right.
is what it boots to, and that can be configured however you like. But right now, it boots to Tempest out of the bat, right? And then after Tempest was Omega Race,
Right.
right? And then after Omega Race, we went to Major Havoc,
Right.
And then Major Havoc, and then after that was it
Space Duel.
Space Duel, then Gravatar, now Black Widow. Right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to boot to now whatever the next game
And
is.
in the configuration file, you can set what games you want to have on your cabinet and what order. So if you want to come up at Black Widow, if you want to come up at Major Havoc, like for Jay, when we're done, we're going to set this to Major Havoc because that's the way he runs it in his arcade.
Right.
So, but it's configurable. So,
Okay. Drum roll.
Drum roll. Boom, boom, boom. So,
I'm excited about the next one.
so the next one kind of has an interesting story behind it. Was when I was first doing the FPGA, I first did Major Havoc, and I was fortunate to be in the same area with Owen Rubin, the guy who wrote it. He lives in Oakland. I live in Mountain View, in the Bay Area in California. And so when I showed it to him, he couldn't tell the difference either. He played the games, and until I pointed out the differences, he couldn't really tell. But then when I did, he could see it. But it started a discussion about, well, we could have more RAM and ROM and do, more things.
Right.
And so Jess Askey and Owen and Dave Jury got together and over a couple of years wrote a new version of Major Havoc. And it's called The Promised End, because if you know the folklore of Major Havoc, there's a thing in the game where it says, keep playing, the end world is near. But they never finished the end world. So I guess Atari got sued for
Yeah,
that.
there was like a kid who kept playing, right? And
Trying to get to it and couldn't.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. And so they got sued. Atari got sued, and if I'm not mistaken, the deal was they gave the kid a free arcade game
To go away.
Yeah, to basically stop the lawsuit, and he took it, right?
Yeah.
But I guess he played and tried to get to the end because it says that in the beginning opening scene, right? Play to the end.
That there's an end.
Right.
Yeah, and that was added really early in the game and then never taken out. So, so the idea is to finish the game. So this is the finished game called.
And Owen Rubin, the original creator,
Was kind of the head architect of the new team. Jess Askey did all the programming and writing. Dave Jury did all the work, did a lot of the work in getting the gameplay to be more even, because the levels that Mark Cerny had added were very difficult. So there's kind of a gap between hard levels and super hard levels. And so David really kind of cleaned all that up and went through the different versions. And so we're going to try to play.
all right, we had to cut away there because we needed to put it in demo mode.
Right.
And there's a reason for this, because when you play Major Havoc, you get these codes that allow you to skip levels.
Once you have accomplished those levels, say you've beaten levels 1 through 5, at the end of the game it'll say, okay, the code to getting to level 5 the next time you play is 20.
But those codes are unique. They're not unique to the game. Everyone, you can Google the codes, right?
in the old game.
In the old game, right.
In the new
in
game.
this one, in order for us to show you the new levels, we'd have to sit here and play for quite some time, right?
Right, because
Yeah.
those codes are unique to each game. So if you get to a certain level on your game,
Right.
on your buddy's game, it's going to be a different set of codes.
Right.
Right, which is crazy, honestly,
Yeah.
right? So you can't just go online and go on GameFAQs or something and
to
find the
play the
codes.
game.
You have to play the
legit
game.
Play the game.
Yeah.
And so you get a code, you input the code in breakout. Is what we're saying making sense here?
No,
Yeah.
wait. One thing though. So
Yeah.
Scott, on the original levels, right? Oops. Like for the original Major Havoc, those codes were universal, right?
Yep.
You could put a code in.
23, 46.
Right, and it would warp. So are those all null and void now? You can't use those on the original levels anymore?
Right, they
on
don't
this?
work. Like,
Yeah.
They don't work at all. So
That's why we had to cut away and put it in demo mode.
Right, I know, I understand.
Yeah.
So you literally are going to get your own set of codes that are used only on this board when you finish a level or whatever it is in order to jump or warp to.
Right.
to
And that has nothing to do with me. That's the way Jess decided
Decided to
change
implement it. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to show this before. we
Yeah,
jump.
I did too, yeah.
There's this little promised end thing now that comes up on the end.
We have to adjust the monitor.
Yeah.
It was set up
it's
for
the
Tempest.
X and the Y, I guess. Or in
Yeah.
this case, the X is a little.
And then there's a new enemy,
Which we'll get to in the second set.
right?
Yeah.
But Major Havoc, the Promised End, we have Fishoids, Flyboids, Mazoids, and those are not new.
Right. And then the next one, and those are outside the maze, and this is inside the maze,
Pyroids,
which
the Perkoids, and then this guy is new.
Maxoids. Yeah, and this is a kind of a heat-seeking robot that will find you and kill you. Once he sees you, he's just going to go after you until either you kill him or he kills you. And
can you one-shot him, or?
No, I think you have to kind
Or
of
shield
trick
him?
into
Yeah.
running into like pyroids or whatever. You can't. Yeah, because you don't have any weapons, and so.
But can you shield him? Like, would it kill the shield?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All
don't,
right, so since we're in this demo mode, we can like skip around and see some of the new levels.
right. So I'll show you one of my favorites. Level.
And the demo mode gives us this function here.
Yeah. So 21, I think. So also from Battlestar Galactica, we have the green rings going down the tube, which we didn't have before. Let's put it away. Sometimes it takes a second. Yeah. But by and large, the game is very playable. There's still some little bugs that Jess is working out, but by and large, it's definitely.
Right, this is not the final release.
So the game was based on the VAX computer because that's what Atari used to do all their programming and their assembling of their games. And so this was Owen's, Rubin's farce to these. Wow, that's really.
So we have to adjust the Y a little bit, right? Or
Yeah.
I think it's a little too high.
This monitor, I guess, was a little.
It's Tempest, maybe, because that was set to
Oh, yeah.
the other Tempest FPGA. So maybe we had, something tuned differently. Or,
Yeah. Oh, bummer.
yeah.
So the VAX is off screen.
Yeah, we can't see. Can you adjust that? Do you have a screwdriver? Just adjust the back. We'll see if we can get it so you can see it.
It's on your board, yeah.
Right here.
You guys tell me when. You be mine.
Okay, yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, so Jay's gonna adjust the monitor so we can see the top.
Better.
There you go.
Keep going, keep going. Yeah. Okay, that's
Okay.
good.
All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little VAX thing, and it has a shield rotating around it. And so you kill all the spaceships it's sending your way,
Yeah, so it's like Star Castle, it's.
and then you start working on the shield.
As you knock them off, he's gonna fire at you.
So how many new levels did they add?
At least probably 8, I would guess.
Okay.
I'm guessing, I don't really know.
And I was asking you this before, so the levels are kind of like intermixed with the old levels.
Yeah, because some levels were really hard, and so they kind of interspersed old and new to try to get the gameplay to be more even.
Okay.
As you progress as a player, the game gets more difficult. Whereas before, you get to a certain level, and then the game got just super hard, and a lot of people couldn't play past it. Got one guy left.
So is this hard?
No, because it gives you like 9 guys in demo mode. So
Okay.
So it's, but I lost a bunch of guys because I couldn't see.
I really dig that, like vector. Yeah.
So that's to mimic a VAX computer, which, like I said, that's what Atari used to assemble all of their.
Oh, man. But you still have a guy left, or is that it? No, that's it.
That's it. So okay. Nice.
So can we see another level? Just get a taste of one, or?
Sure. I don't really know. 14. I don't know what it is, but David Jury kind of knows all the levels a lot better than I do.
Max bonus.
Defeat station.
Defeat station.
1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110,
Oh.
Wow, that's new. I've never seen that.
Clones times 10,000?
That's pretty cool.
What is happening?
So this is something new. I've never seen this. So Jess has had a lot of creative stuff, and so to really kind of make sure the game is completely finished.
Oh, did you just like start a bonus? Like
I started to level 14, and this is the way it starts. So I guess.
Well, your bonus is going. Yeah, it's going up, right? So,
Yeah.
so maybe after you finish level 13, you get this.
maybe.
Yeah, so that's one thing Jess tried to equalize. In
Yeah.
some games like Tempest, like if you start,
Whoa! What?
Wow.
What the heck is that?
it looks like Battle.
Battles.
That is cool.
What is happening?
That is pretty cool.
Oh wow, I've never seen this. How cool.
Yeah, check out the mountains in the back. It is like
Yeah, that's probably right from Battle. There's Owen Rubin did the volcano
In Gravatar.
in
It was
Battle
like,
Zone?
Battle Zone.
oh, that's in.
Welcome to
Check it out.
What is
So
going
that was for
on?
California Extreme. Welcome to Maynard.
Oh, that Maynard, Mass?
Yeah, 'cause that's where-
that's where Deck was located.
Yeah.
In Maynard, Mass. That is pretty cool.
So am I supposed to do something?
Okay, this is pretty awesome.
Found an Easter egg by
Wow.
accident.
Yeah, maybe that's like an Easter egg or something like that. That was just waiting.
Now he's.
So you can't go this way, right?
So we just need to push that button, or?
Oh, there he goes. Go in the elevator. Is this on the way to fight Dax?
Maybe.
Oh, he's going in. Yeah, there we go.
That is cool. That's some pretty cool animation, given what they can do.
Oh, look at that. He's clipping him as he closes the door. That's cool.
So maybe this is the way you win. Is this like what happens when you win the game?
No, there's some other levels to the right that we could have done.
Okay.
I just haven't.
Is this spoilers?
Who knows?
Go.
All right, that's pretty cool. So, like, when is this like officially done, officially available?
I don't know. Again, we'll get you a link.
Yeah.
But Jess has released the ROMs.
Okay.
They have like HB MAME. I don't think it's been released how to modify your board yet. But if you're interested, you can reach out to Jess, and you can get that information. So all this stuff has been released.
Okay. Oh, it has.
As of now, yeah.
Okay.
It just takes some skill to be able to really load it on your game.
Right.
Or
You
you can just
mentioned-
get the FPGA and you're good.
In a way,
You
you go.
mentioned earlier there's going to be some speech support for the Promised End. Is that right?
Yeah, so in the original hardware, there was actually a speech circuit that was early put on, even before Star Wars, right? Star Wars had speech, and so had that same type of speech, but it was never implemented. And so Jess, many years ago, actually implemented with just the countdown of when you exit, 10, 9, 8, 7,
It's fireworks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Owen Rubin,
so
benevolent
that's credit
overlord.
to him. So,
I think we just saw the ending. I don't know.
It might have been the Promised End.
But now Vax is going to come probably and say not so fast.
yeah, so who knows what...
I bet you.
Okay, so destroy fish. Okay, so this is a fishoid level.
So you're talking about the speech. So
Speech is, so we're going to add that in, so you can add that hardware either with a little daughter card, maybe digitized speech, and the FPGA we're going to add as well. We just haven't finished it. So all we have what works now is just a countdown. When the base station is going to blow up, it counts down from 10, 9, 8, 7, down to 1, 0, and blows up. But there'll be more appropriate speech because Jess always wanted to add it, and Owen is super psyched about what we have. And there's some scene from Alien about Mother counting down. He wants to match that, and so
Cool.
Yeah.
So help me understand again. So if someone goes to your website and orders the FPGA kit,
right.
is this done, or do they get updates later that add the other stuff?
There'll be an update for the Promised Land. It's not in there yet.
Okay. So this is not in the FPGA Space Duel kit yet.
So, when Space Duel releases, it will be. But for Tempest right now, I don't have the update for those guys yet. But
Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
Because the existing customers will get the update. And then when I release the production board for the Tempest board, they'll get a really low-cost way to upgrade
Gotcha.
the board to the latest hardware, which the Space Duel has.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I'll put the link in the description, right? And people can order this.
Yeah.
And for their Space Duel to get Major Havoc and the other games that we just showed. And you also have the Tempest thing.
Tempest version. If you have a Tempest, you can play it.
Right. And then Jay's probably going to come over in a week or so, and we're going to
set yours.
finally hook mine up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can
I
set
can-
it for just a couple.
I'm excited to play Tempest on there, honestly, after seeing
It
it.
looks really good, I think.
Because when I was here last time when we looked at it, it wasn't on a horizontal monitor, right?
Right.
So I never really saw how it looked, Tempest. And it,
Yeah, I think it looks great on a horizontal monitor. Totally playable, you know. And you tried it with the roller. What did you think?
fine.
Looks- yeah, plays
Yeah.
well.
One thing I'm
felt-
going to show on that is see, the roller kind of moves counter to what you think. I'm moving it one way, and it's moving the opposite.
I found it intuitive, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it.
Right. But that's Tempest.
Yeah, it's very playable on the roller. You know, you just get used to it. It's
Yeah.
fun to do.
All right, well, anything else you want to talk about? Jay, Scott?
We do. Don't we have one more thing?
We have one more thing, right?
One more
So
thing.
I think we're going to need a
Is
minute.
there one more thing?
I think we're going to need a minute to set it up, and
Yeah.
then we can, you know, reveal that. So we're going
Yeah.
to stick around.
There's one more thing.
There's one left.
All right, so we have one more thing to look at before we leave today. Is that right?
That's right. One more thing that Scott's been working on for quite some time now, right? And we were talking about this earlier. So this is a game that is, you know, I guess nowhere you can play it, right? You only could play it at California Extreme, and it was a prototype game, right, Scott?
Right.
It wasn't released out
But
to
it was
the
a very
public.
finished prototype game.
Right.
In other words, it was really good in terms of the level that they'd finished it to. It was ready to be released. And then I guess at the last minute they decided not to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it was at the end of Atari's run, right? It was kind of like in the
Oh, it's
90s.
Atari game.
It's an Atari game, yeah. So.
And again, it was in prototype form only. There's only like two or three of these in existence,
Right.
right? The code was never released to MAME.
Released to MAME.
You could only play it on those original prototypes, right?
Correct. Correct.
And so you've been working on an effort to make more of these boards, and
Right.
and this will be revealed later how this is going to work and all that stuff. So this is really just a sneak peek,
Of what's to come.
so you guys are aware of these efforts that Scott's working on right now
Right.
to get this game into more hands.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. So you ready to look at it?
Let's see what it is.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, here it is. So we put it in a Final Fight cabinet. This is a JAMA board,
Right?
Right.
and it's Marble Madness 2, which is that the full title? Or is
Marble
it
Man.
Marble Man.
Marble Man.
Right.
And this was a game that Atari made in '91. They went really far with it,
Yeah.
and they just never put it out.
Yeah, it was actually when they first did Marble Man 2, Marble Madness 2, it was a trackball game. But trackballs were expensive, and there was some marketing reason that they changed it to joysticks. And it doesn't play as well. And so eventually we'll be able to, you know, fix the game so we can use trackballs again. But right now, the
Right.
way it plays is with joysticks.
Right.
Yeah.
And right now it's running on. This is not emulation. This is hardware.
This is as close to the real hardware as
Right.
you possibly
And
get.
you'll at some point reveal all of this.
How we did it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
But right now, here it is, kind of a proof of concept.
Yeah, running the real deal. Man.
You want to play a game? Show people what it's all about?
Yeah, I'm not very good.
So you can play up to 3 players, is that correct?
3 players, yeah. This cabinet only supports 2, but yeah, it's set up for 3, so you have green. But if it's only 2 players, then you just have the blue and the red.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's see what it does. So it has some speech.
yeah.
Reach goal before the time runs out.
So it's kind of explaining the game as you go through it. This is the first time we played it.
It has the music too from the first Marble Madness, but it's sped up a little bit. If you can hear that, it sounds like the original
Oh, really?
soundtrack with some changes.
Yeah.
but it's sped up a little bit.
So those little beacons are just kind of telling you. Now, there's 2 goals. Is there a
Yeah, so
reason?
2 players are competing, so they can go to either goal. They can go to the same goal.
Okay.
You just have to get to the bottom first.
Same end points and all that.
Yeah. And then you can pick, I think there are 12 new, there's 4 of those times 3, yeah, 12, I think 12 new levels. Like this is sandbox where you're trying to move through sand.
And there's like power-ups and
So
stuff,
this is
right?
the power up right here. So if I go over here and hit this, see if I can get over there.
There you go.
Yeah, so now I have, can't see my guy. There. So I have the ability to fly around in a
The
helicopter.
green guy is stuck up there because we had the green model.
Oh, I did
Yeah, there it is. So
accidentally.
now you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the graphics on this are a bit different from the
Yeah, so-
original Marble Madness, right?
Right, this has 8-bit color for the background, so there's a lot more color detail in the background.
Yeah.
Because it's 8 bits instead of 4.
That's like a shovel coming to, is that what that's
Yeah, it's
like
shoveling you in,
trying to
it
scoop
stuns
you
you.
up? Oh, yeah.
See how poorly I
This
play.
kind of inebriated bucket right here.
Yeah, so he'll,
Well, I think it's because we have this green guy up here, because that's player 2, and that's why it's
and the bucket will basically.
hurry to the goal, yeah. There you go. So,
Oh, he's
sabotage.
So it's a little messed up because we have a 2-player game going,
And I-
and no one's
I hit the wrong
controlling.
button,
yeah,
Yeah.
But there you go.
And so if you're on free play, you can add a coin, or if you have coins, you can add a coin, and now I get 55 more seconds at the expense of 1 quarter to play again.
Oh, that's
Let's
cool.
wait for this guy to time out, so we'll let
Yeah.
him time out.
Yeah.
So I can keep working towards the goal here.
Now, Jay, earlier we looked at Marble Madness, and you said how much you liked that
I
game.
love Marble Madness.
So is this right up your alley?
Yeah, it is. I'm curious to see how it plays with joysticks compared to
It's not as much fun,
trackballs.
but I did do some bug fixes that made the trackball better. I'm having trouble.
It's not as fun with the trackball?
No, it's not as fun with the joystick.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The joystick is
There you
not.
go. Yeah, because with the trackball, it's all about precision, movement and timing,
Right.
and especially on some of the harder levels in Marble Madness, like you really have to use the trackball with a lot of finesse. So I don't know how the joystick would work.
Yeah, well, and with the trackball, you can pick any angle. With the joystick, I have to either be 45 degrees.
Right.
So it's a lot harder to kind of get it to go where you want.
But you were saying, Scott, that some of the folks are trying to work at getting support for trackballs.
Yeah, so the idea is to get the game out,
Right.
and so people can play it, and then add the trackball support next.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take a while to get that fixed and figured out. It's not
Right.
So.
And the prototypes that exist now all have joysticks?
They all have joysticks.
Yeah, they all
have
joysticks.
There was an effort made by some folks back in 2009
I'm gonna try playing it.
to put in trackball support, but it just didn't feel right. So it wasn't quite right. So the idea is to resurrect that work and finish it.
Right.
We have good, smooth, original trackball support.
So Jay, do you feel like you're playing Marble Madness?
The look and the sound of it, John, like it feels like Marble Madness,
The
to me, but
control is
the
not-
controls are so much different.
Yeah.
They're harder. Because like you were saying, you can move in a trackball, you can move in all
So
directions.
don't move. Yeah, just let it slip.
Yeah, because this is the ice.
So get the
stage.
power up over there on that.
Why is there like a rabid tomato in
It's just
the
one
ice
evil
world?
character.
They did that in the 90s, John.
It's almost like it wants you to go down here. Is that why it's
Yeah,
blinking?
Yeah, it's going to be. And I guess in the higher levels, those go away. You get
Okay.
your own way. But there's a level where you're underwater, and so you kind of fall like you're in water.
It's a little open-ended.
Yeah. And at the end, you have a king of the mountain where you go reverse and you go up the hill.
I don't know how I'm supposed to
So
get there.
you hit the turbo button to jump
Which
across.
one's turbo?
That one.
Red?
That the player one.
Player 1 is turbo?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. It goes a little faster when you do that. Huh? So this reminds me of like one of the end stages on the original Marble Madness where you're like up in the sky kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this is only level 3, I think. All right, let me try that again. I'll use the turbo this time. Whoa! So turbo really does go fast. There we go. And this is very familiar also. These little guys here were in one of the stages in the first Marble Madness, like the mini caterpillars or whatever they are. Collect all point flags for super bonus. Okay. I will tell you though, it is fun. It seems like a fun game. If I can just get it to it.
Yeah. The controls are just not.
All right, there we go. I don't know what that thing is. Is that thing gonna
That's bad.
destroy me?
So just knock out the bricks.
Turbo?
That's what I was trying to do, yeah. Those bricks.
And then these bricks over here.
I'm trying to get the point. There we go. It's a hard game.
Yeah. Okay, So you can keep doing this pressure. There you go. That'll,
But it brings me to the top of the stage again.
it gives you more time. So you get more and more time. It's,
Like you sucked the first 2 times.
now
Give
you
me more time. It had the same sounds. I love it. That's the sounds from the first one are almost identical there. I'm trying to get that flag. I think I can get it. Oh, because maybe I already got it the first time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get like a running start. There we go. And then down there.
Just turbo.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't fast enough. That flag. Did I get that one already last time?
No. Yeah, the control is just.
There it is. I got it. Come on. Is that? I don't know who was gonna get me. Oh, that's all right. I'm at the goal.
Oh, come on, Jay.
Oh, somehow you hit the.
Well, there you go.
I might as well add a second player in there just to make it more difficult.
So what do you think, Jay?
I love it. I can't wait for it to come out, and I can't wait to actually hopefully get a real cabinet with 3 players dedicated. And the question is like, how much different will it be when the trackball support gets released? Because people start playing this with joysticks, you're gonna get used to it with the joysticks, right? And then all of a sudden you're gonna shift to a trackball, and is it gonna play like the original Marble Madness, or is it?
That's the intent, is to try to get the control to feel the same as the original Marble Madness. But it'll be a setting in the game where you can say I want to use joysticks or trackballs.
Not going the right way, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess I want to go up there.
Yeah. Oh, that.
So I gotta go up there?
No, just go there. You need a turbo to get across.
Oh, those hammers. Remember those hammers from the first one?
So you can't just fall down a level.
Sometimes, if it's not too far, you can jump to it.
Oh, come on.
No, you gotta go sideways.
I'm trying to get that flag. But...
You're too low. Yeah.
All right.
Bonus score for time.
Is this like a bonus round?
So now you need to spell out Marble Madness. And this one really is hard to control.
Huh, there's like pinball flippers?
Yeah.
Can you...
No, the machine does the flippers. You're the ball trying to hit the targets.
Oh.
But you get caught in these little... Now do the drop-down targets down below.
Oh, yeah, because I can get down there, no problem.
Or you can do it from the back, too. So the 2 on the side. So there's one over here.
Come on. It doesn't help that they almost. That's cool though.
Yeah, so
it's amazing. This game is so polished.
It's like done.
Yeah. That they didn't release it.
Very cool. So do we have like any kind of time frame at all, or just too soon to say?
Just soon to say. I think it'll definitely show up at California Extreme and at Free Play Florida.
Okay.
And then probably there'll be more information about that time.
Right.
Definitely Free Play Florida would probably be the best.
And this is kind of a joint effort with you and a few people, right? Yeah.
So,
very awesome.
But the graphics are cool. Like
it looks like a done game.
And it's definitely, if you compare this to the original Marble Madness, you can see all these, crazy little, graphics. That Marble Madness was very, 2-dimensional to make, 3-dimensional, but without any of this,
like sprite little characters.
Right.
Has a little more personality.
Totally. Yeah. It's more of a 90s game than it is.
Yeah, just put eyes on everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Very
awesome.
cool, Scott. Thank you for sharing this with us. And,
very cool. And then again, you're going to share your link, and I'll put it in the description if you guys want to follow Scott and look at his FPG products and stuff.
Yeah.
And then this will be coming soon.
Yeah, big vector.
You're kind of a mad genius, aren't you?
when I have time.
I mean, look at all the vector FPGA games that are done now. Running on Scott's hardware.
Yeah, I know.
And when he's bored, he's like, well, all right, well, that's done. Let me come work on Marble Madness 2, something different. So
this took about a year.
About a year to develop this?
Yeah, to get this from nothing
to working.
Running to being able to play. Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, hey, great work, Scott. This is amazing. to see
Yeah.
it here actually running and to know that, that only like 2 of these exist in the world, and now it's running.
Now there's the fourth one.
Right,
So, yeah.
that's amazing.
Yep.
Nice work.
Okay.
All right, well, guys, I'm heading back to the basement. It's been fun.
Wait, John, you don't want to hang out and do some more stuff?
I don't know, man. I've been here for a long. This has been a long day, man. Scott, good seeing you again.
Good to see you. Take care.
All right, guys,
All right,
let's
thank
go
you.
back to the basement. All right, guys, there you have it. That was the Free Play Bar and Arcade in Providence, Rhode Island. What'd you think? Awesome, right? Like, that was a serious collection of games. Cool building. Jay did an amazing job with that place. He's also opening a second location in Worcester, Massachusetts. I think that's opening in July. If you want to learn more about that, just search for Free Play Bar and Arcade. He's got a Facebook page and a website. So, and then also Scott with his FPGA stuff. I know now his website is TempestFPGA.com. It's TempestFPGA.com. If you want to learn more about that and I think buy those boards, go to his website. So, all right, let's do some viewer mail. Now, if you guys want to participate in the viewer mail segment, you need to send an email to me at john@johnsarcade.com. Could be a question, could be a comment, could be whatever. Send it to john@johnsarcade.com. All right, the first one here is from White Box Gaming. It says, I'm in Chicago. I'm just looking to start building my home arcade. I'd like to buy cheap and repair broken machines. Yes, that is the best way to do this, by the way. Problem is, I'm having a hard time finding original machines that are broke and for sale. So far, I've only found one on Craigslist. The machine did not look legit as well. It had an old Windows 98 PC inside. Not sure why, but is this common for a PGA machine? So, all right, let's kind of address this. So, I get a lot of questions like this. People trying to find games say they can't find games. I think things have really changed a lot since I started collecting. Because when I started collecting, Craigslist was where you were finding stuff, okay? And I believe that everyone has kind of moved over to Facebook or OfferUp or things like this, okay? I know my friend Jay finds a lot of games on Facebook. I personally haven't been looking for games in a few years. I do check Craigslist every now and then. It does seem like it's really dried up, but I'm not checking it as often as I used to. I remember looking on OfferUp quite a bit and seeing games, and every now and then I would check that too. So definitely look at OfferUp, but I think you kind of have to join an arcade Facebook group. There might be local ones in Chicago. Maybe someone could leave a comment. I think that's your best bet, but also realize, I think that in the last 10 years, a lot of people like us that are collecting these have bought all the broken games, and now they've been repaired and restored, and now they're worth a lot more than they were 10 years ago. And also in general, I just think the price of games has gone up, right? I haven't really looked, but every now and then I hear a price, from a friend or something. I'm like, really? So I think things have just really changed the last 10 years. No, can it sustain? I don't know. I mean, I always think about like the guys that collected like EM pinball machines, because at one time those were the modern great things. And I don't feel like those carry the weight they used to. So I imagine that things are going to start shifting forward, and the 80s stuff will become passé, and now it's about the 90s and the 2000s. I think that's going to happen. And as far as your PGA golf game, who made that? I've played that game, and it's like a Golden Tee knockoff. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's like a more modern 3D one, and having a Windows PC in there, that sounds about right. I know a lot of the newer games that Jay and I are getting, like the Super Bikes, those have Windows 95 PCs in there, or 98, or I don't remember. No, it has XP. It has Windows XP in there. So yeah, a lot of the newer games have just straight up PCs in them. It's very common. So especially for the 2000 and forward games. So yes, that's normal. And those are kind of, in a way, easier to work on because the parts, a lot of them are standard. Like we've had video cards go bad and power supplies, and it's just PC parts. We had CD-ROM drives go bad, and those parts are very easy to find on eBay and stuff. So I guess when you're dealing with the newer stuff, it could be easier to work with. Usually there's just like a security dongle and a hard drive, that tells it to boot a certain way, and then usually you have to go in the BIOS and make sure that the PC turns on with a power failure. Anyway, I'm rambling. But anyway, to answer your first comment though, I think that you probably should start looking closer at Facebook at those groups and maybe try to meet local collectors. I mean, that's gonna be the best way. All right, moving on. This is from William. Hello, John. My name is William. I am French. A friend has an arcade box. It is not working perfectly. I don't know how to add coin credit. When we enter in menu, we change things, but nothing is saved. Can you give me some advice? Now, he sent me a bunch of photos here, and it looks like the game is a Road Riot. Let me show you some pictures here. Okay, so it's a Road Riot 4-wheel drive game, okay? And he sent some photos of the PCB and stuff that we saw there. So just a lot of random photos. I guess the advice here is you need to work backwards, right? So is there a coin door? Are there switches, you know, that for the coins on the coin door? Are there wires there? Do the switches work? Can you do a continuity test when it's closed? Does it beep? Can you short the two wires together to kind of force it to coin up? Or is all of that missing? You know, you showed some little Molex connectors there. You know, did that originally plug into the coin door? I'm not sure. You need to find the pinout. You need to find the manual, maybe a wiring diagram. You know, I would Google Road Riot 4-wheel drive pinout. That'll give you some clues as to what headers on the PCB are for the coin switch. And if that's all missing, you're gonna have to just kind of wire something up to the correct connections on either the edge connector or a header by using that pinout, right? So you're gonna have a ground and then something called like left coin or right coin, something like that, right? And then you can wire that to a button that you put somewhere and you push it, or you short the wires together. But you kind of have to do a little bit of research and kind of understand the wiring of the game. And I think the manual, or by Googling Road Riot 4-wheel drive pinout, will kind of get you in the ballpark there. So hopefully I helped you there. If anyone else has additional help, please leave a comment below. All right, the next one here is from Frank. It says, greetings, great job on your podcast and eating habits. After viewing your 2016 Stern factory tour, you stopped by a Portillo's for an Italian beef. We went to Orlando last week for the grand opening of the world's biggest White Castle. This is the first White Castle in Florida. Yeah, I saw that. I saw videos of that. There was like miles and miles of cars on the highway going to get White Castle. Crazy talk. I mean, it is a great place. You know, every time I'm in Chicago, I try to go there. Anyway, he says it's located between Universal and Disney. Directly next to White Castle is a new Portillo's opening June 25th. I live in Melbourne, Florida, and we have a Vienna beef restaurant called Mustard's Last Stand. They have an Italian beef with Italian sausage sandwich. In Chicago, we call that a combo. So anyway, Frank. So yeah, Frank, you know, in 2016, we did that video. If you guys missed it, go back. We went to Portillo's. I love that place. Like, I swear to God, if they opened that place all over the country, I think it would be such a massive success. The quality of food is so much better than any other fast food place. So yeah, go check it out. If you're ever in Chicago and now Florida, go to White Castle and Portillo's. So, all right, that's going to do it for viewers' mail. If you guys want to send these, send them to john@johnsarcade.com. john@johnsarcade.com. Could be a question, comment, whatever. All right, that's it. We are done. Be sure to check out my podcast, Video Game Outsiders, at videogameoutsiders.com. I do that podcast every week and have for like the past 16 years. We cover modern gaming and all that at videogameoutsiders.com. All right, that's it. We're done. I'll see you guys very soon. You know, Jay and I did get a Mandalorian, so I'm going to try to do an unboxing video soon. So anyway, I'll see you guys very soon. Later, and bye.